in a fortnight's time on 98 goals. So you would think he will get it again for the second time. You had Grenville at Morong, and you've also had Mellington out at Serpentine that have hit the 100 in recent years. So there's more goals being scored at district level. The trend to bombing the ball in long and looking for your crummers to kick the goals hasn't quite hit district league yet. But yeah, I was reading during the week that at Major League across Victoria, there's no league this year that will get anywhere near 100 goals, and that'll probably be even during finals as well.
It will, and Josh Mellington, you mentioned there, he kicked 10 goals last week, which has taken him to 68 goals from 9 games this season, and Lockie Sharp, he is a star, isn't he? Those 98 goals,
well,
former Strathfieldsaye Storm premiership player.
You said it was wet last weekend, and Bridgewater kicked 22 or 23 goals, and I think Lockie got 10 or 12. So, you know, it just proved up there at Bridgewater that the ground wasn't that bad. And also there was some high goal kickers at lower grades. I know in one of the district league games, one of the under 14 boys kicked 22 last week for his club against the opposition. So it can't have been too wet there for the start of the day, but I bet you it was wet later in the day.
You raised an interesting point off air before we went to air at 1:30 about Broadford too, and by the way, it's 3/4 time in the reserves. Castlemaine 4-3-27 over Strathfieldsaye 1-8, and both the senior sides for Strathfieldsaye and Castlemaine are out on the park warming up at the moment. Broadford, you've thought through some potential points ramifications.
Well, you look back at it 2 years ago, last year, Corowa Rutherglen came out of recess, and they were given 60 player points and an extra $25,000 in their salary cap. This year that dropped to 55 points and 12,500 in their salary cap. Likewise, Rushworth came out of recess in 2024, and they were given 60 points in their salary cap. This year that has dropped to 50 points, and on none of those occasions has it meant that the side's been up and been a standout success in their leagues. They've only won 2 or 3 games, both Rushworth and Corowa Rutherglen.
Sorry to jump in there, Norm, but I've been lucky enough to be joined by Cal McConaughey down here, coming off the ground after a bit of a warm-up. It looks nice, but it's a little bit soft underfoot, Cal.
No, it's beautiful. Better than last week, that's for sure. Last week was like a mud pit, so this is nice. The sun's out, which is good, so there's no complaints.
Now, there was a little bit of a pre-game incident involving the boots. So what's happened there? Because I noticed you had to duck off.
Oh, well, last week, left me boots up here, live in Melbourne now, and got little Benny boy to wash them for me, but he's left them at home, so I just had to duck home and grab them then. So we're all right though, back in time.
So looking forward to playing in some much nicer conditions. It's a day for Castlemaine as well. Tom Ford making his debut. Tell us a little bit about him.
Yeah, very exciting. This is his second year with us, and he's tough as nails. He spent first year in the 80s, but this is his first year playing senior level footy, so to get him in the ones is pretty exciting for him and for us as well. He's going to be.
And Brodie Burns really stepped up this year in getting a key role today as well, so he's really developed himself into another big player for you guys.
Yeah, 100%. Brodie's been pretty important for the last few years, and yeah, he's just getting his confidence right, and now he's flying. So he's been ripper all year.
How are you finding spending a lot more time in the midfield this year?
Yeah, no, good, loving it. Just trying to get some consistency going. But yeah, no, it's good to be around the ball, that's for sure.
Last one before I let you go, what's the key today to think for you boys getting over the line?
I think today we just got to make it a Castlemaine game, make it real contested, bring the heat, turn it into 4 quarters of Castlemaine footy. Should get the job done, hopefully.
No worries. Thanks for your time, Cal McConaughey. All the best for today.
Got that, mate.
That was Cal McConaughey down here. Sorry to cut you off there, Norm, but it's really good to get the Castlemaine players and the Storm players as well as they're wandering off the ground from their 3/4 time kick around.
That's good, Cameron. Great access to the players that we're going to have today, and I know you've got a big job down there, and it's great to have it. As I was saying, Cameron Tomlins, AFL Victoria, said that it's probably 2 or 3 weeks away before the next year's salary cap and points will be set. But I would say that AFL Victoria would look to maybe give Broadford a bit of a help in that regard. As I say, it hasn't meant that Corowa Rutherglen or Rushworth have become trendsetters and world beaters in their leagues, so you would think that they'd want them to be reasonably competitive first up. and then build from there.
Which is very encouraging, and good to know that Corowa have also appointed Nathan Thompson as their coach since I've been away too, so that's a big boost for the Broadford side. Nathan Thompson, of course, has been involved with Kyneton of recent years and played 179 games in the AFL between Hawthorn and North Melbourne. It's worth, Norm, looking at what's happening in other leagues today in the Loddon Valley Football League. Calaval United are hosting Pyramid Hill. Pyramid Hill actually have lost their past 2 games, which has been unusual by their standards this season. They lost to Bridgewater and Inglewood in the past fortnight, to the Mean Machine by 56 points and Inglewood by 18 points as well, but I suspect that they will win easily today against Calaval United.
Yes, you would think that Cal United still haven't broken the ice this year, won't be any match for Pyramid Hill, and Pyramid Hill will want to get back on the winners list with finals just round the corner, the penultimate round of Loddon Valley Football Netball this weekend, and Pyramid Hill for me.
Morong are likely to regain top spot because Bridgewater have the bye this weekend. Morong are red-hot favourites against Mitiamo, as I mentioned earlier. It's the annual Neck Grant Memorial Round, raising money for pancreatic cancer. The Panthers will go into that one as favourites. In another game, it's Bears Lagoon Serpentine against Newbridge.
Before you talk about that game, Jacko, I've got Bailey Henderson down here, so we'll have a quick chat to him. Bailey, first of all, how's the shoulder?
Shoulder's good, mate. About a week and a half post-op now, so just a bit of inflammation and stuff, but just, in the sling for a few more weeks, but feeling pretty good.
And the big news out of Castlemaine the last few weeks since we've been down here last year, you're actually stepping up to take on the senior coaching gig next year, so excited for that?
Yeah, bloody oath. It's going to be really exciting for us, which is, just got to get a bit of momentum in the pre-season and get things in order, but I've enjoyed being on the bench this year, and hopefully I can coach from on the ground next year, but it's pretty exciting, especially to have Hearts stick around and be by my side as well. It's going to be a really good opportunity.
Was it something that was always in the pipeline, or once you kind of got injured and forced yourself to be on the bench a little bit more, is that something that you really took a keen interest in on then?
I'm not sure. It's probably something I've always been interested in, but it probably come to fruition a bit with that. I think I've always sort of aspired to get to that position eventually, but I think just the time was right for me, being here and living here and being pretty invested at the club already. I think just with Hearts stepping down and probably spending more time with his young family, it's good for me to step up and take the reins.
So the shoulder, will there be any issues getting into pre-season training for you, or are you all head to start on time?
No, I'll be non-contact for a while, probably pre-Christmas. So I'm hoping that I'll be pretty much all systems go in terms of contact and whatnot after the Christmas break. So hopefully still get a pretty good block in, but it's quite a lengthy recovery, unfortunately.
I noticed pre-game you had a few clips up on the board that you were showing the players as well. What's some of the messages that you were really highlighting that could show towards today's game?
I think it's just reiterating that if we play to our strengths for a whole game, that we're right in the contest and we're more than capable of winning. It's just probably a bit of belief stuff for us at times. So there's some things that we'll try and limit that they do really well, and some players that will try and limit their influence as well. But we feel like if we play our way, particularly at home, it's we're really hard to beat here. So we've just got to be consistent for the whole game and give ourselves a real chance.
Bailey, thank you very much for your time and all the best leading into coaching next year. Back to you, Jackson and Norm.
Thanks, Cameron. Cameron Power there with Bailey Henderson, who is the incoming coach for Castlemaine next year. So Bears Lagoon Serpentine, they take on Newbridge today in round 17 of the Loddon Valley Football League. It's the penultimate round. The Bears have won 3 games in a row. Nash Kemp in the midfield has been spectacular, as has Tyler Miles across half-back, and Justin Laird, who won the Harding medal last year along with Josh Mallington up forward, will prove too strong for Newbridge.
Yes, Bears Lagoon Serpentine, far too strong. They're looking to hold on to that 4th spot on the ladder and try to catch Pyramid Hill to finish in the top 3 and get the double chance. So they won't leave anything to chance today, and unfortunately it is top versus bottom this weekend in the Loddon Valley.
It is. The closest game most likely will be between Inglewood and Maiden Gully YCW. However, unfortunately for the Eagles' sake, mathematically they are unable to play finals, given that they are 10 points behind Inglewood in 5th spot, and the percentage is about 60 less as well. So the top 5 is all but assured in the Loddon Valley Football League, perhaps only as a change today with Morong, perhaps to reclaim top spot in the Loddon Valley Football League. So the top 5 in the Loddon Valley: Bridgewater, Morong, Pyramid Hill, Bears Lagoon, Serpentine and Inglewood. In the Heathcote District Football League today, White Hills take on Colburn Abbott. You'd expect the Grasshoppers to win that, with Alex Van Roosk playing his 200th game for the club. Huntley take on Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant the favourites in that one, and they're very much at peak form at the moment and a premiership contender. North Bendigo you'd expect to get the job done over Heathcote, and Elmore at taking on Lockington Bermorm United in round 16 of the Heathcote District Football League. We'll take a break. We'll be back shortly here at Camp Reserve in Castlemaine for this round 14 split round contest between the Strathfieldsaye Storm and the Castlemaine Magpies. Live 25 local fresh footy.
Steve Barty Gas is your local supplier of household, LPG cylinders, forklift, industrial and hospitality gases. They refill or exchange barbecue and camping cylinders and have a range of lubricants and greases. Steve Barty is a local bloke and has serviced Castlemaine and surrounding districts for over 40 years. For great service and competitive prices, contact Fresh sponsor Steve and the team on 5472 1262 or info@stevebartygas.com.au.
Business sponsor.
Where do I get my outdoor gear? Where do I get my outdoor gear? Aussie Disposals, it's all here. Aussie Disposals, it's all here. Skiing pants and fishing rods. Skiing pants and fishing rods. Aussie Disposals has the lot. Aussie Disposals has the lot. Boots and bags, tents and swags, clothing, workwear, sleeping bags, all available to purchase. River prices, river service. Aussie Disposals for your outdoor adventure.
The Locksmith Store offers all your security solutions in the one place, specialising in all your automotive needs, digital locks, safe sales and on-site servicing, repairs and installation. Fresh FM sponsor The Locksmith Store installs locks for both commercial and residential clients, listens to the client's needs and delivers expert advice. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency service 7 days a week. The Locksmith Store, 428 Hargrave Street, Bendigo, right on the roundabout. Safe, secure and service guaranteed.
Bendigo business sponsor.
Bendigo bearings, we'll keep you rolling. Go, Bendigo bearings, we'll keep you rolling. You're in a fix, we'll get you rolling quick. You can rely on us, we're the people to trust. Go, Bendigo bearings, we'll keep you rolling.
Lauki's new high-protein bread and specialty mixes are crafted to make healthy eating simple. Packed with goodness and made for convenience, these mixes are perfect for boosting your daily protein, whether you're staying active, watching your macros, or just baking better at home. Lauki High Protein, made with quality Australian wheat and no preservatives, yeast sachet included. Live local football and Fresh FM sponsor. Lauki is available from the flour aisle in Woolworths.
Fresh FM sponsor.
The kitchen sits central at the heart of your home and is much more than cupboards and bench tops. Let Central Kitchens design and build a custom kitchen, perfect for your needs, specifications and lifestyle. Locally owned and operated, all kitchens are manufactured right here in Bendigo. A high quality kitchen built by us. A quality lifestyle at home built by you. Visit centralkitchens.com.au and find your dream kitchen today.
Fresh sponsor Parsons Towing Castlemaine is a 24/7 towing service covering all your towing needs, from accidents to breakdowns. Parsons Towing can handle anything from cars, trucks, buses, machinery, containers, even motorcycles. Parsons Towing is a family-owned business that understands the importance of prompt, professional service. Parsons Towing has now joined the team at Bellevue Panels in Bendigo, covering a larger area. To get you back on track anytime, anywhere. ParsonsMotorBody.com.au.
Here's the picture. Picture Up Plus and Bendigo City Framers are now one massive business offering you even greater opportunities. Enjoy the same fantastic staff and service that brings your innovative designs to life. You can frame your memories or explore other stunning artwork. Plus there's wall art, framing options and convenient parking right at the door. Fresh sponsor located at 88 Garsed Street, Bendigo, on the corner of Arthur Street. Got the picture?
Some Central Victoria radio stations don't think much of local footy. Some Central Victoria radio stations love local footy. Not some, only one. Bendigo's Fresh FM. We do love local footy.
Final quarter, sponsored by Lauki Flour Mills.
Thanks to local footy sponsor, more live Bendigo football. And now it's time to fire up delicious Don Footy Franks. They're made for the footy. Is Don, is good.
Live 25 local fresh. We're only 15 minutes away from the start of this round 14 split round clash between the Castlemaine Magpies at home at Camp Reserve against the Strathfieldsaye Storm. And spectacular conditions, that is for sure. In the North Central Football League today, the fixture includes Sea Lake Nandali, the third placed Tigers, looking for their 10th win against Donald. Charlton are at home to the Calder United Lions, who you would expect would get their 11th victory of the season in that one. Birchip Watcham are red-hot favourites against Sanana. They're undefeated so far this season, the Bulls, and take on Sanana. It'd be a monumental upset at Lord Nelson Park if they were to get their third victory of the season. The game of the round is between Boort and Wedderburn, but the Boort Magpies are 2 games clear of the Redbacks, so you'd still suspect that Boort would win that one this afternoon. Norm, in the Maryborough Castlemaine District Football League today, a number of sides which you would expect going into the clash as red-hot favourites. For instance, Trentham against Newstead, Talbot against Navarre. You'd expect Carisbrook to be too strong for the Maryborough Giants. Likewise, Maldon against Campbell's Creek. But the game of the round for me today is between Natibialaba and Denali, a battle of 5th v 7th.
It is a battle of 5th v 7th, and Natibialaba been hit hard by injury in recent weeks. They get 1 or 2 back today, but they've still got quite a number of top players out. And Denali, well, they've pushed all the top sides this year. Talbot, Carisbrook, Harcourt, Trentham haven't been able to get a win. Today's their chance to maybe do that. But at Natibialaba, as we saw a few weeks ago when they took on Carisbrook at home, they're a lot different side, and I think that Natty will be a little bit too strong there. And the other interesting game will be Campbell's Creek Maldon, because Maldon had a good win last week against Lexton, and that catapulted them into the top 8. And I think that they'll hold on to that position for the rest of the season, and will be the team that finishes 8th and plays finals. And Campbell's Creek, they've given it their all this year. They've been much improved to what they were last season, but I don't think they'll be any match for Maldon today.
So we'll keep you posted on as many games as we can across various leagues, and if you've got scores, feel free to send them through to us on Live 25 Local Fresh Footy. Our truck sponsor today is the Love Shack Brewery Bar Bistro in Castlemaine, and we're very grateful for their support, and the weather conditions are superb as well, given the amount of rain we had last weekend as well. I'm very pleased to be calling alongside today the one and only John Hunter.
Thanks, Jacko. It's great to be, well, at my home ground, obviously, Castlemaine, being a Castlemaine ex-player, and can I slip in a life member to boot? But I'd like to thank Connor from down at the Love Shack Brewery, our sponsor for this afternoon. We had a little a few issues during the week that potentially we mightn't have a broadcast spot. But no, thanks for Connor, and get down to the Love Shack Brewery after the game if you'd like to enjoy some beverages. I'm sure the ladies that I listened to earlier, Jacko, saying that it might be the place to be in the club rooms. They might enjoy a little bit of a beverage later on as well.
I'm sure they would, and I'd enjoy one too, but I better go to Mass first. So maybe after that's done, I'll pull out a frothy.
If I give you a bottle of water, can you turn it to wine? Apparently
yes,
that's one of your tricks,
that's
isn't it?
one of the things I do.
Yeah, but Jacko, really pleased to be here. And Castlemaine, been disappointing this year, but a few injuries this afternoon. That we had a look at the team sheet a little earlier, and I did notice I was down here at 9 o'clock setting up this morning, and we had Cal Huntley. He was running around the boundary line doing a bit of a fitness test on a sore groin, and I thought he talked himself into playing, but ultimately I think he's made the right decision because an injury like a little bit of a groin twinge, a little bit of a harder ground this afternoon, and he's an expected runner player, so they'll miss him greatly. So it'll be interesting if a couple of the guys that come in step up. I do notice also that Riley Pedretti is out, and I did chat to Declan Slingo as I was coming in the gates at 9 o'clock. He was on the gates as well, but there's been a bit of a flu that's run through the Castlemaine footy side, so he's pretty crook, but he is running out there in the reserve. So not that I'm setting up excuses for Castlemaine at all this afternoon, because there is none. They're on their home deck. They've shown some pretty good form, albeit they haven't really got the chocolates in a number of games, but they'll be looking to winning this game, as would the Storm, because ever since the Storm have been in, Jacko, and I've been on radio every year, I've tended to write them off at various times when they look to be in a bit of a dip. To my detriment is the word I'm looking for. But they haven't been as strong in recent weeks in this season 2025 as we've come to expect them. So, I'm excited to see guys like Sam Heaviside. I haven't seen him play this year and have seen him play a lot of footy with the Storm in the past. So they've got Shishka coming. Well, I know he played last week, but coming back from injury. So, look, they've got some great players. So we hopefully could build up today to have one of the better games of the season. And
you mentioned there James Shishka, who, as you mentioned, had his first game back last week. It was his first game since round 14, 2024. He'd broken his leg twice. Great to see him last week, Norm, booting 3 goals against Kangaroo Flat. In fact, he kicked 3 of their 5 goals for the day.
Yes, and it was an interesting game for him to come back with the condition of the ground, and after having a broken leg, a leg injury, it's you worry as to how it's going to be affected, and he got through the game, got 3 goals, and will have gained a lot of confidence to that. He's got perfect conditions today to go out and show us what he can do up forward, what we know he can do, and how good he can be. Good firm surface underneath, and he's also a great high mark overhead.
Jed Brereton is back for his 3rd game too after injury against the Strathfieldsaye Storm. Before we focus on this game a bit more in depth, it's worth looking at the other game in the Bendigo Football League today. It's the battle of the Bulldogs between Golden Square and Gisborne at Wade Street, and as that takes place, the final SAR in the reserves. It's a 6 goals, 17-53 victory to Castlemaine. Strathfieldsaye 2-3-15, so a substantial 38-point victory to the Magpies in the reserves. So Golden Square v Gisborne in the seniors clash at Wade Street today. The Bulldogs have knocked off the top of the ladder Sandhurst twice this season, that is Gisborne, and they did so last weekend for a second time by 37 points. They're a very impressive side, Norm, and Gisborne, they will be struggling though today without their ruckman Braden Blake, who is out with an injury. He had scans on his shoulder during the week, the results of which were unknown to Coach Rob Waters on Thursday afternoon, but he conceded that he'd be obviously out today.
Yes, that'll be a big loss for the Gisborne side, but I think that they've got a ready-made replacement there that's been helping Braden out this year as second ruckman in Zach Dennehy, and he did the job last week. I think he got 41 tap-outs for the day, so Zach's got a good leap on him, which will help him out against the Golden Square ruckman, and it'll be a good day for football up there today, and it should suit Zach well. And this is a big game for Golden Square to stay in the finals hunt. They must win this game. Lose today, and they'll have no hope. It'll be between Castlemaine and Strath as to who plays finals.
And we're joined now by the president of the Castlemaine Football Netball Club, Caleb Kuehl. Thanks for joining us, Caleb.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
Big effort. You've just run around on the park in the reserves, a 38-point win. What did you make of the Twos' performance today?
What was it, 5-17? Not great. I think we, got a bit ahead of ourselves. Lovely day. And we got a bit excited. And, yeah, that's it. It's footy.
And how is the club going off the field at the moment as you look ahead to not only the completion of this season, but also season 2026?
Yeah, pretty good. It's there's always disappointing things and positive things, and overall, we can't really be upset by anything. I think we've secured our spot, first open age team to play finals since 2005, and I reckon reserves since 2003. So that's a big tick. Obviously, injuries have sort of curtailed the senior season, but we're still here, and we should have a game. And footy's funny. You could get a result that could change things, but I don't think we'll be there in September.
No, not well, but you never know. You win today, and you've got a good chance down here against South Bendigo in round 17, and then you go back to Canterbury Park. If you can take a full side up there by then, get some of your players back, you never know what might happen. It all depends on today's game, Caleb. That'll keep you in the running for a win today keeps you in the running for a top 5, and anything can happen in those last 2 games.
Yeah, absolutely, and it shows where the club's at, I guess, in a sense. If you're willing to turn up in these situations, you deserve to play if you turn up. If you don't, then it's sort of on your own back.
Yeah, that's right. You'd be happy with the form in recent weeks of Patrick Bolter in the ruck for the senior side. He has taken a little while to settle into it, but seems as though he's settled into it now and playing some good football.
Yeah, he's been an absolute super recruit for us. I think this is his 3rd year of football in his life, so he's coming from a soccer background, and he took his time to get into it, and he's had a disrupted season. But other than that, he's been sensational. Absolutely great human being. Love having him around the club. Always willing to help out.
And Bodie Robinson, since he's made his way into the senior side, he's a bloke that gets in and under and can get the ball out to the runners, but also a good user too. He's been playing some good football.
Yeah, he's come a long way since his debut at Canterbury Park last year. I think he went near 0-0-0. But in pre-season when he signed, I said, look, you've got something about you, and I'm going to start calling you turnstiles because you're going to start bringing people through the gate. And he sort of laughed about it, but I think he's starting to, wear that confidence because he has flair. He has that little bit of a spark about him.
And the other one that you've got there that's got a little bit of a spark about him, and it's great to see he's playing regular senior football now and has got his mind right, is Jack Chester.
Yes, Jackie boy, he's a good friend of mine, and we had a couple of conversations about, you've got to be one of the ones that steps up and gets us some results. I think the game for him was South Bendigo at Harry Trott. He played a fantastic game.
We're speaking with Caleb Kuehl, the president of the Castlemaine Football Netball Club. One final one before we let you go. It's a significant fundraiser in the club rooms. We were chatting to Jackie McLean before, the organiser of the Ladies' Day, which is taking place. Tell us about how important those off-field events are for the social life of the club and any other events that are planned between now and the rest of the season.
Yeah, so we have Ladies' Day. It's probably something that's happened at most clubs every year. But last year, Jackie took it on and really ran with it and made a really great event. I'm really looking forward to getting in there, obviously not taking part, but just to see all the happy faces. Then we have the Dave McCann special effort against South Bendigo in our last home game, which if anyone wants a ticket, hit me up or go via our socials. Anyone who doesn't know the McCann special effort, go no further than Johnny Hunter. He can tell you all about it.
Yeah, great recognition for a person that gave his all to the Castlemaine Football Netball Club, secretary for a lot of years, and certainly a very valued member, and unfortunate to lose him so long ago, Caleb, and it's great to see that you recognise him every year. And yes, as you say, it is a great event, so anybody out there that's looking for a ticket or wants to come along on the day, get down here in a fortnight's time when Castlemaine take on South Bendigo.
Caleb, thanks for joining us on Live 25 Local Fresh Footy.
Thanks, boys. Enjoy.
Caleb Kuhl, Castlemaine Football Netball Club President. As we head down to the middle, the coin toss is taking place about this time as well. So Cameron Power will bring that to us very shortly here on Live 25 Local Fresh Footy. And we'll go to him in a moment. Norm, what's your tip today in this clash? It's going to be an entertaining battle between the Storm and the Magpies.
Well, I think it's going to be a harder assignment for Castlemaine today than what I first thought, losing Huntley, Hickey and Slingo, but they've still got plenty of good players there. I like, Hartley up forward, McConaughey, the way he goes about it, Darby Simmons, Jack Chester, as we mentioned. Reece Jenkins has been playing some good football, as has Hunter Stables. Now that Big Patrick Bolter's...
As we head down to the boundary, Cameron Power.
Yeah, good afternoon, Jacko. Just down on ground level, the toss of the coin has been done. It was Lockie Ratcliffe from Strathfieldsaye, of course, the captain, and Harry Sheehan from Castlemaine, the captain, from them winning the toss. He's kicking towards the scoreboard end of the ground. So people playing along at home, that will be the left-hand side of your dial. The umpires for today's game, John Norton, Andrew Snell and Joel Wood. Interesting to note, though, the umpires have actually got themselves mic'd up today. There's a bit of a trial in Bendigo Footy League this year that the umpires have got the mic so they can communicate to each other around the ground. So something to keep an eye on if a non-officiating umpire happens to make a decision today.
I thought you said they were going to say that they're mic'd up and we'd be able to hear them, Cam. That'd be interesting.
It would
be interesting. Ground conditions down here, though, down towards the club room's end of the ground, it is quite moist underfoot, so nice and slippery down there. But down towards the scoreboard here, it's nice and firm as well. So I think that might have made a big play into why Harry Sheehan decided to kick towards the left-hand side of the ground today and not get themselves in those real muddy conditions up the other end. And there's no wind at all to talk of down here.
Your tip in this clash?
I'm actually going to go the upset. I'm taking Castlemaine today. I reckon Castlemaine will win it by a couple of goals. I just feel like they're up and about today. I've been in amongst the two groups pre-game as well. And liking the vibes in at Castlemaine, I reckon they're a chance today to win on their home deck and keep their slight finals hopes alive.
Johnny, your assessment?
I'm tending to agree with Cameron. There's no excuses. I think I said just when I come on air a little earlier that perfect conditions, they're on their home deck, they've been playing in some pretty good form, and a couple of guys have got their chance this afternoon because of changes. Brad Keogh, I'll be interested to see how he goes, because he's certainly one that he's a tall player, and when he's up and about, he certainly can take some marks and get some goals on the board. So, yep, I'll go with Castlemaine.
Good to see Patrick Bolter back today too for Castlemaine. He was out crook last week, so he's back in the side and will compete in the first ruck contest against Ned Hayes of the Strathfieldsaye Storm. So we're in the third last round of the home and away season, the split round this weekend, 2 games next weekend. The highlight in that weekend of footy will be Sandhurst and Gisborne. Today, though, our focus is on Golden Square and Gisborne at Wade Street. And here at Camp Reserve, the Strathfieldsaye Storm and the Castlemaine Magpies. And to get us underway, it's John Hunter on Live 25 Local Fresh Footy.
It'll be Bolter. He tried to grab it out of the air, then he picked it up on the bounce. He just spun a 360 and then banged it on the boot. He'll kick it to half forward as the Magpies go into attack. Ball spills at ground level. Punch inside forward 50. It's all with the Storm. On the receiving on the end of a handball would be Dole. Dole steps one way, then the other. Then he'll spread it wide to half back. Good body work there it was by Jones. They win it though, the Magpies. Moran gives it off to a teammate, McConaughey. In fact, it would have been Simmons. Simmons inside forward 50. Good punch from behind from Hartley, but off half back, it'll be relieving Riley Wilson of the Storm.
He got it off heavy side. He goes to Charles, who's got it across half back. Charles's hand pass goes astray. Back to heavy side centre wing. Hand pass over the top to Zach Charles. He's tackled. Ball spills out. The Magpies with a chance. Free kick, though, has been picked out to go to the Strathfieldsaye Storm. So on the Railway side, the free kick will be taken by Hugh Behrens.
Behrens goes short, up to the wing. Finds Hunter Lawrence. Hunter Lawrence with the footy. Hard up against the boundary line. Railway side for the Storm. He'll kick it to half forward, kicking to the scoreboard end. They'll set themselves. Good strong mark. Bolter, hands on the footy for the Magpies. Left half back. Looks, retreats to the back door, gives it to a teammate who'll bang it long to half forward. Byrne is the target. In fact, he's up on the wing. Brodie Byrne will turn inboard and he'll kick it long into the forward 50.
He does. His intended target is Michael Hartley. He, on the stretch, bounced the footy off his chest, unintentionally though. Cooper Jones helps to clear. Long to half-back. Bolter though gets in the way, tries to claim the mark. It was touched though. Ned Hayes in amongst it. Has support there from Darby Simmons and the Magpies. They work it up to centre wing. Callum McConaughey gets the kick to half forward. Brodie Byrne again. It's quick and frenetic at the moment. Both sides giving it their all across half-back. Whistle blown. Free kick to go the way of the Strathfieldsaye Storm. A high tackle, and it's Kyle Lanfranchi that's got the footy for the visitors.
The ex-Maryborough player. Now he'll go long. 50-metre ball to the wing. They'll set themselves. It spills to the back of the pack. Simmons hands on the footy for the Magpies. Cute handball over the top to Sutherland. Sutherland short pass, but he might have stepped over the line. And he did. He looked for Will Moran, but it'll go back to where Sutherland kicked it. And across half forward for the Storm. It will be a ball in. No score on the board. Live local footy here at the Camp Reserve. Round 14, Jackson Saunders.
We're in the third minute of this round 14 split round clash. Front position, Ned Hayes fists it down. Front position is Hunter Lawrence. He leaves the footy behind. Not giving up is Callum McConaughey. Slung around in the tackle. Fed the hand pass forward about 10 metres, but about 20 around it. Again, McConaughey just paddles it to his own advantage. He did exceptionally well. By hand to Reece Kerr. Kick inside 50. Magnificent. And Michael Hartley has taken the mark about 30 metres out from home. Hard up against the boundary line. Left forward pocket. Kicking to the Forest Street end in this opening quarter of footy at Camp Reserve. So Michael Hartley, the coach, he will open up the angle. Couple of steps to his right boot and kicks majestically and never looked like missing. The first score is on the board. Castlemaine 1 straight 6. Strathfieldsaye yet to score. Almost 4 minutes gone. Opening term. Score sponsor Don's Small Goods. Is Don, is good. Live 25, local fresh footy.
Yes, both sides look up for the contest today. They both look eager. They've both been very keen to get the football. I like Castlemaine's defence so far, though. They've set up very well and on 3 occasions stopped Strathfieldsaye, and it's from that control they've had down back that they've got reward.
Back into the middle. Restart. Bolter in the ruck. Wins the tap. He's dominating so far in this game. Magpies, well, they win it. Raffled ball. Eventually the Storm will emerge. Handball to Hayes, the big ruckman. But they cough it up. Simmons, a couple of possessions now for the Magpies. Swoops it wide. It's will be okay. Came from Marks. Short pass. Hits Moran. Moran getting involved for the Magpies as well. True centre wing. Railway side. High long ball. It go to 50. They'll set themselves for the Storm. Hands on footy was Chambers. Couldn't bring it down for the Storm. At the ankles, we'll have a stoppage. Ball up. 55 from home. Castlemaine in attack. They lead 1 goal straight 6. The Storm yet to score. Live 25. Local fresh footy.
Harrison Sheen at the bottom of that pack with his pink boots, like Bodie Robinson, who's got the pink boots as well. Ball thrown up. Ball goes straight back to the bottom of the turf, and we'll have another ball up. Great to be with you. I can't spot a cloud in the sky. A beautiful day to beat the footy. All passing by on the train, which we can see in the horizon as well. Kicked forward by Callum McConaughey. Inside 50, going back bravely was Lachlan Ratcliffe. Quick kick around the body, up to the tip of the goal square, and it's been marked by Jack Chester. About 2 metres out from goal. It was a wonderful kick that was bombed into him. And now Jack Chester will line up for a second goal within as many minutes. He can't miss from here, surely. Straight through. The toots of the car horns confirms it's a major. 2 straight 12. The Magpies. Strathfieldsaye yet to score. Score sponsor, Jason Westcott, builder. Here's Norm Jenkin on Live 25, local fresh footy.
Yes, excellent body work by Chester then. He was able to get himself in front of his Strathfieldsaye opponent. Just as the ball arrived, he pushed back to take an easy chest mark. A lot different today, John, to what it was last week. We've only had 3 ball-ups for the day so far. This time last week, we would have had 15.
Good signs for the Magpies at the moment. We've got both scores on the board. Storm haven't had it, well
it
beyond
hasn't gone
half
past the
forward.
centre.
Well,
Yeah, well,
almost half forward.
It hasn't been inside their forward 50 yet.
Hayes for the Storm doing the ruck work against Bolter. Bolter's been dominating so far. He's too strong, Bolter. He wins it. Then he taps it to the wing towards Moran. Moran shovels the ball out for the Magpies. Riley intercepts though. Wilson for the Storm. Gives it off to a teammate and they'll bang it to a running Blandford. He's got it on, well, halfway between the wing and left half forward. Jingle Street side, which is the timekeeper's box side, directs traffic. Inside forward 50, Blandford goes. Good hit. Hits his target inside forward 50, and this is the first real look at it for Jack Bell of the Storm. Jack Bell might be too far out to score. Short pass. It's a bullet ball. It was a good old-fashioned daisy cutter. He hits his target. And a handball off now to a running Chambers. Jai Chambers will go goalward. It's not a goal. It's a mark, in fact. It's either out of bounds on the full. No, it's a mark. It's been a mark taken by, I reckon it might be Hunter Lawrence with it for the Storm. He'll look to go around the body. 10 metres out. On the left. Around he goes. It's Skinny from minor score. One behind the Storm. They trailed Castlemaine 2 goals straight. 12, live 25, local fresh footy.
So with the kicking duties, Castlemaine bring the ball back into play, and it's Josh I who goes to half back and spots up John Watson. They waste no time, clearing up to centre wing. Brody Byrne, the intended target. He lays it off to half forward. Mark has been taken by Dylan Hickey, right on the paint of 50, left half forward. Attacking the Forest Street end. Has Brody Byrne gut running inside 50. Beautiful interception almost by Charles Doyle. Just dropped the mark. Had support from Hugh Behrens. Then he had Lachlan Ratcliffe circling, but the ball eluded his hands and went out of bounds and will need it thrown back in. 45 metres out from the goal mouth for Castlemaine. They go to the Forest Street end and lead by 11 points.
So the umpire will throw it in across half forward. 50 out from the goal that Castlemaine are attacking. Scoreboard end. Picked up there by Lester of the Storm, who dished it off to Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe will kick it to half back. Tracking the foot down there for the Magpies will be McConaughey. This is Ben. Gives it to Reese Jenkins, who dropped it for the Magpies. Causes a turnover. Bell of the Storm. Gives it to Lester. Fumbles it. Got enough time. Gives it to a teammate in Jordan Wilson. He'll go inboard into the middle for the Storm. Whistle. Advantage is played. Picked up by Riley Wilson of the Storm. Has one bounce. Then dishes it off by hand. Gives it to a teammate who goes around the body. And another look at it for the Storm through Hunter Lawrence. And he should line them up. And it's not much of an angle. And he's standing on the chalk mark of 50. In fact, it might be Shishka with the long sleeve. Shishka. They both got the long sleeves on. And they might both have the Mo there, Jacko.
I'll have to have a closer inspection.
Shishka with the footy. Now he goes long. Goalwood hits the post, slams into it. It's a minor score. 2 behinds the Storm. 2 goals straight Castlemaine. Live 25, local fresh footy.
I've never done the Mo, but there's an opportunity for first always. Ayres kick no good straight to James Shiska, who plucked it beautifully with the one hand. He did so effortlessly on the defensive 50. So he is within range. It's beautiful conditions. I sense he's going to unselfishly lay it off to the tip of the goal square. Great defensive grab, however, taken for the Castlemaine on the last line of defence, and they clear, looking for Dylan Hickey. Ball goes out of bounds, and so we'll need a boundary throw-in. Great day for footy. Split round in the Bendigo Football Netball League. Ball to be thrown back in front of the Strathfieldsaye Storm interchange gates on the Gingell Street side. Ball spinning back into play. Hayes and Bolter. Bolter took it out of the ruck, then lost control of it. Ball went straight to ground. Whistle blown, free kick. It's going the way of the Strathfieldsaye Storm. High tackle, and the recipient is Jordan Wilson, who's been prominent in this clash so far. Most players inside Storms attacking 50. It's congested. He puts it to the tip of the goal square. A whole pack of players. Whistle blown, free kick. Push in the back. Advantage has been paid. And the goal was kicked by Shiska, who's got his first of the afternoon for the Strathfieldsaye Storm. And they go to 1-8. Castlemaine 2 straight 12. Live 25 local fresh footy. Score sponsor, Parsons Towings.
It hadn't taken long for Strath to even up the inside 50s. Both sides had 3 now, but Shiska there in the right place at the right time. But that was poor discipline up in the centre of the ground there by the Castlemaine player to take the Strath player high.
Just a positional matchup. Brody Byrne playing in the forward line for Castlemaine, but he seems to be playing a real defensive forward role on Cooper Jones and Len Frankie as well.
So Bolter getting involved in the middle for the Magpies. Eventually on the end of it for the Magpies is Will Marks. He'll spread it wide to the Railway side. Sharing it around. Series of handballs with the Storm, and a kick is eventually smothered by Len French. How do you pronounce that, Norm? Franceschi?
No, Len Franchi.
Franchi. So I'll get that right. So
Lan Frankie.
Lan Frankie. We'll go with Lan Frankie, but it's a stoppage on the outer side.
Yes, so it looks like an Italian name to me. Lan Frankie has the right ring to it as a whistle's picked out again, and it will go the way of the Castlemaine Magpies. Kick to half forward. Brody Byrne had a fist away from him. And Strathfieldsaye reobtained the footy. It's Jordan Wilson who's had a stack of it so far. Sam Heavyside is loose across half back. Broadcast side of the ground thanks to our truck sponsor, the Love Shack, as the chip over the top from Heavyside was good. He finds Zach Charles. He wastes no time. He kicks it inside, attacking 50. A bit of a floating, wobbly ball, but it's effective. And the mark has been taken by Ben Lester. He chips it over the top unselfishly. And this man has been prominent early. It's Shiska once more. He's already kicked 1 today. He kicked 3 last week. 3 of the 5 goals, in fact, for the Storm against Kangaroo Flat in what was a very low-scoring contest. It was 5-7 to 3-4, their winning score. So here's the kick. Off the right boot from Shiska. It's brilliant. Never looked like missing. And they hit the lead, 2-14. The Storm, Castlemaine, 2 straight 12. Score sponsor, Aussie Disposals, and Norm Jenkin, a couple of quick ones in back-to-back succession from James Shiska for the Storm.
Yes, and poor checking by Castlemaine defence then. They let Shiska go forward. He was all on his own. It was an easy kick to him, and he's been the missing link for Strathfieldsaye this year. Somebody up forward to kick goals, and he could be on his way to a bag today if he doesn't get watched more closely.
Just for the record, Hunter Lawrence has got a Mo Jackson. So a couple of them have, just those tiny little ones, you know. The naughty Mo. As the ball goes on to half forward on the Storm in attack now. Simmons, Castlemaine over the top. Good punch by Charles of the Storm. It's a little bit of an ugly play on half forward now for the Storm as they attack. And we'll have a stoppage and a ball up. Still 50 metres from goal. Storm in attack. Camp Reserve, perfect conditions. Bolter grabbed it out of the air for the Magpies. Slammed it on the boot and kicked it into the middle. Contested footy. All teams going hard at it. Emerging nicer with Chester. Gives it off to Keogh. Keogh of the Magpies. Short pass to Watson. Watson will turn and go inside forward 50.
He wastes no time. Promising ball and build up, and great work of the body by Michael Hartley. He outmuscled his direct opponent. And he looks for a player more centrally, unselfishly, lays it off. Mark taken for the Magpies. And Castlemaine with Hunter Staples with the chance to kick for goal from directly in front.
The kick before was absolutely weighted to perfection to really get to the advantage of Michael Hartley in a one-on-one, and unselfish of him to look inboard and not take the shot as well.
Cam Power on the boundary as Staples off the right boot nails it. So there's been some accurate kicking early in this contest. Lots to be excited about. 3 straight 18 Castlemaine. Strathfieldsaye 2-2-14, a 4-point lead to the home side. Score sponsor Bendigo City Framers, Live 25, local fresh footy.
Yes, a good build-up by the Castlemaine Magpies then. All came from a handball to advantage from Darby Simmons out of a congested play at centre half back, and then good running from Johnny Watson, who got it on to Michael Hartley, and he showed all his experience with that centering kick.
So, promising game here at the Camp Reserve. Good close contest as contested ball in the middle. Who's going to win the will of the Mines? On the end of a handball now will be Riley Wilson of the Storm. He'll kick it to half forward. They've got possession. Might cough it up here. Ground level. They all dive in over the top of it. We'll have a stoppage. 55 out from the Storm goal will be a ball up.
Beautiful conditions here for footy. The Water Boys will be kept busy, I suspect, today. It's got a bit of an almost spring feel to it, the conditions this afternoon. Taking the crumb is Riley Wilson, and he directs the kick wide to the pocket, and he's found Jai Stevens, who was talked about pre-game. And Tice Griffin, in fact, with the footy, he's a skinny lad, wearing the pink boots, but he looks wiry and fast. And Tice Griffin, who also got raps in our pre-match coverage, has a chance to get a reply to that last goal from Hunter Staples of Castlemaine. Griffin opens up the angle. It may fall short. Off hands. It's in the goal line and fisted through for a rush behind by the Magpies. So Strathfieldsaye 2-3-15. They trail Castlemaine 3 straight 18.
Eyre bring it in for Castlemaine. Kick in from fullback. It's a long 60-metre ball. Keogh and Hartley with the twin towers of the target. Neither could win it. Ground level though, Will Moran does. Dishes it off by hand, then gets the old 1-2. And it was a bit severe, the handball in the end by Will Moran. They were a little bit fancy there for a moment. And eventually goes over the boundary line, and it'll be a ball in. Across half forward, Storm in attack. They lead Castlemaine 3 goals straight 18. They lead to the Storm 2-3-15.
I noticed Michael Hartley just gave Sam Heavyside a bit of a shove at the Strathfieldsaye Storm. Nothing malicious about it, just a bit of banter, I suspect, as the kick from Riley Wilson. It was snapped around the body for a goal. It was almost an accidental goal. I thought he was centering it, but he got a fortuitous bounce. It was like a Shane Warne leg break, and Riley Wilson goes bang for the Storm's third. 3-3-21. Castlemaine 3 straight 18. Score sponsor Don Smallgoods. Is good. Luck's a fortune, Norm Jenkin.
It is a fortune, but Riley Wilson is apt at doing those sorts of things. He knows where the goals are when he's close enough. What a great contest we've got today. Balls going from end to end. Both sides are young. Both sides are prepared to run and enjoying the contest.
Back in the middle, it'll be Bolter up against Doherty on this occasion for the Storm. He won a double-handed tap to a teammate, which is effective. Ben McConaughey hands on football. That was a good little tap as well. He ran on and Ben McConaughey received a handball. He goes shallow inside forward 50. John Watson is the target. Comes off hand. Watson won it in the end. And then an awkward-looking handball basically into the sky, went nowhere and eventually sees the boundary line. We'll have a ball in. 49 from goal. Castlemaine in attack. They trail by 3 points. Live 25, local fresh footy.
It's Golden Square by 6 points at Wade Street early on. The Square 2-2-14 to Gisborne 1-2-8. Ball's thrown in from the ruck contest. Bolter got hands to it. Lester gets in the way. I thought that could have been a throw. Umpire said no. Terrific tackle. Follow-up, though, from Lester. Ensures the ball goes no further forward for the Magpies. So it's right on their paint of 50. They attack to the Forest Street end, do the home side in this opening term. Most players around that vicinity at the moment. It's fisted down by Doherty for the Storm. Neither side can get clean possession. And Johnny, we'll see if you can clear this mess across half-back. By the way, I've never had a mow and I don't think I'll try.
No. And Camp Hower's got a confession to make to you a little bit later on, Father Jackson. I'll get back to that a little bit later as Riley Wilson wins it on half-back. He'll spread it wide to the outer side wing. Ball bounces. Eyre runs through and just ragdolled his opposition in the Storm. Then the ball goes high up and under, hitting the pack hard there. Nice. It was the vice skipper in Jones of the Storm. They'll win possession. That Brody Byrne has other ideas and grabs the footy, and we'll have another stoppage. And the confession is he used the word audacious last week, Father Jackson.
Well, I'm impressed. It's my favourite word. And you're very welcome to use it. Cam Power doing a great job on the boundary.
I'm not sure he knows what it means, though, Father Jackson.
Live 25 local fresh footy. In fact,
listening along down here.
I know that.
There's an audacious decision from the Strathfieldsaye Storm. Sam Heavyside is making his way back as a loosened defence when the ball's this side of centre.
There's a word I haven't need to look up the meaning for. I'll come back to that in a moment. It has relevance to today's game as
audacious
ball goes
weather
out of bounds. No, it's not that. So Castlemaine, one of their injuries is Zach Greaves with syndesmosis, which I think something related to a heavy head knock.
Sounds like a girlfriend I used to go out with.
There we go.
Syndesmosis.
So when I was reading that in the paper, I thought I've got
I
no idea what that means.
Oh, I made it up. Sore ankle. I think it's a fancy name for a sprained ankle. As Brody Byrne in the ruck for the Magpies, taps it to his feet. A rolling pack moves luckily 10 metres forward, so near the scoreboard. Castlemaine in attack. Perfect conditions here at the Camp Reserve.
I've just looked it up, Jackson. So a syndesmosis injury is damage to the ligaments that connect the tibia and the fibular bones in the ankle joint.
So another stoppage. Thanks, Dr. Cameron at ground level. Another stoppage. I reckon I'll give you a go at this, Jackson.
Appreciate that, Johnny. I'll give you the tips, though. I won't be going to Cam for medical advice. Ball's thrown up in the air. It's fisted down by Seamus Doherty. Snap around the body. Goes across the face from Byrne. And just a behind. 3-1-19, the first blemish on the scoreboard for Castlemaine. Strathfieldsaye 3-3-21. Score sponsor, Jason Westcott Builder on Live 25, local fresh footy.
Cooper Jones for the Storm plays in from the kick in from fullback. He'll bring it in broadcast side. Long ball. Running under the footy for Castlemaine was Air. Then pack forms at ground level. Ben McConaughey, a little bit of ragdoll going on there, holding the footy in the end, I'd say. He tried to do a little bit too much. I liked his endeavour, but it was just a little bit audacious, so we say, Jackson, as Stevens gets rid of the footy.
Very appropriate use of my favourite word as Stevens' kick is no good. It's chopped off by Will Moran. His hand pass no good. Bolter has a second attempt, though. Moran also lurking. Ball goes out of bounds. Once more, right in front of the timekeeper's box. So we'll have it thrown back in. It is a 2-point lead to the visitors. 3-3 plays 3-1. Great game of footy. Midway stages of this opening term. Round 14 clash. Doherty got to the front position. Lester there also. Kick around the body from Castlemaine's Reece Keogh effective and finds John Watson smack bang in the centre square.
Watson now directs traffic. He'll go long. It's a wide ball. Hartley's the target. 2-on-1. Radcliffe did well for the Storm. Punched in the direction of Sheen of Castlemaine. He's all tied up. And right in front of the broadcast truck, who is sponsored by the Love Shack Brewery Bar and Bistro in Castlemaine this afternoon. It's in fact going to be a free kick to the Storm. Lanfranchi. Now he goes on the left. Oh, it's a dangerous kick. It was aggressive. It just missed its target. Charles was that target. Castlemaine now got a chance. Ball spills just forward of centre. Smith in hard for the Magpies. Good, strong tackling. Mel Quinney of the Storm will have a stoppage just forward of centre. Castlemaine in attack.
Wonderful game. Entertaining opening quarter of footy. Ned Hayes in the ruck contest. Out-muscled Bolter. Kick from Hunter Lawrence for the Storm. Goes to half forward. Chopped off, though, beautifully by Josh Eyre, who kicks it to half forward. Getting in the way is Cooper Jones. He helps to get it back for the Storm. By hand now to Jai Chambers. The Storm from centre wing to half forward. Shiska, the next link in the chain. He's got numbers against him. Beautifully opposed by Bracken, who helps to clear, but not for long. Storm get it back. Kick inside 50. Jed Daniels. High kick. Hangs a long time in the air. Courage shown by players of both sides. No one has use of the footy. Ball's bouncing around still. About 15 surrounded. Will it go into dispute? No, it won't. Chance for a clearance. They do well under siege, and it's McConaughey who clears for the Magpies.
He looked for Byrne. Byrne, a juggling ball. Didn't quite mark it. Over the boundary line it goes.
Quarter time scores in the Heathcote Footy League. Mount Pleasant 3-7-25, Huntley 1-2-8, Coleman Abbon 9-4-58 to White Hills 1 straight 6, North Bendigo 5-4-34 to Heathcote 2 straight 12 thanks to Wayne Smith.
Railway line wing, you can hear the train in the background, the Castlemaine Flyer coming through. Bolter in the ruck for the Magpies, tapped it to the front position. Harry Sheen was his target of the Magpies. But again, in fact it's still in. Robinson, they'll try a little bit of a cheeky play on here, Castlemaine. It'll have to go back right to where it started because it was a ball in.
And that came from the umpire in the forward quadrant for the Strathfieldsaye Storm.
Righto,
It was
reset.
actually the officiating umpire, John Hunter, that called that one out of bounds, which was interesting, Norm.
Oh, was it?
It's got the same name as me. That's interesting. There you go.
John Norton, I should say.
Cameron, as the ball, ground level, picked up by Robinson of Castlemaine on the left to half forward, but it'll be the Storm. They'll rebound into the middle.
They do indeed, and Jed Daniels takes it. He lays it off to half forward. Good kick to Zach Charles. Wastes no time. He hopes to go in the Shiska direction. Castlemaine get numbers back. They defend gallantly here, and they're going to work it out through numbers. Charles Moran. Moran took it out of bounds, and we'll have it thrown back in. Left forward pocket, Gingell Street side. at Camp Reserve. It's inside attacking 50 for the Storm. They lead by 2 points.
Castlemaine got some young players come in this afternoon. Bracken up at back doing well as a number of them are. You've got Robinson as well. Also into the side is Ford, who's on the ground. He's in the area. He probably wins it here. In fact, it was Smith was riding shotgun. Series of handballs to the outer side. Now it's in dispute. They'll win it here, the Storm. Turnover. Hunter Lawrence. He turns into the pocket. Set themselves. Air of Castlemaine intercepts. Hurriedly kicks it on the left. Into the middle. Bouncing ball. Hartley's in the area. Also for the Magpies was hit Dylan Hickey, but it's a whistle on play and the free kick will go to the Storm. Radcliffe might be the man with the free kick. No, Radcliffe is the recipient.
So he's got it on centre wing, does Radcliffe, and his kick is precise for Charles Dole. Chips it over the top, plucked beautifully by Riley Wilson, who's already kicked a goal today, to half forward. High ball, good intercepting grab though, has been taken across half back by Ben McConaughey. So he's got it for the Castlemaine Magpies. Thanks, Johnny. Bracken goes very short to Reese Keogh. Still across half back, hard up against the boundary line. As the train for Melbourne set sails into the horizon. The kick from Keogh had to be precise and was. Found Darby Simmons. And now this man on the wing, Castlemaine. It's as if they're trying to keep up with the train on the outer side. They waste no time. Burn inside 50. They're in track with the train at the moment, pardon the pun. And Brodie Byrne has taken the grab about 35 metres out from goal. And he would love to kick this. He almost played on. So Byrne opens up the angle slightly and kicks truly. 4-1. 25 Castlemaine. Strathfieldsaye 3-3. 21. 4 points ahead of Strathfieldsaye Storm. 26 minutes gone. Opening term. Score sponsor Parsons Towing. Live 25, local fresh footy, and Norm Michael Hartley knew that was through as soon as it left the boot.
He did. He let the goal umpire know what the decision had to be. Excellent work by Darby Simmons there. Got out in the open, took a mark on the run, put it into space, and then Brodie Byrne did the rest up forward with a lovely contested mark in front of his Strathfieldsaye opponent.
Back in the middle here. We've got the close one down at the Camp Reserve in this split round 14. Bolter is in the ruck. He got jumped over the top on that occasion, though. He's been good. Will Moran, though. Handball off to Harry Sheen of Castlemaine. Sheen short, wide to Hickey. Hickey probably over the boundary line and is. Right in front of our broadcast truck, which is sponsored by the Love Shack Brewery in Castlemaine. We'll have a ball in.
Quarter time score in the Loddon Valley Footy League. Bears Lagoon Serpentine 6-6-42, leading Newbridge 1-2-8.
And it's Morong 7-2-44 over Mitiamo. 3 behinds from the boundary throw-in. Riley Wilson applies enormous pressure on Castlemaine's Callum McConaughey. They work it inside 50 to the Magpies, but Frankie has support through Cooper Jones, who's tackled and caught high. And the siren sounds. I'm sure I heard the siren.
Jeez, it was it was a little squirt, wasn't it? Wasn't they've all stopped though? Yep.
Yes, they have stopped. It was the siren. Yep. So Castlemaine 4-1-25 lead at the first change over the Strathfieldsaye Storm 3-3-21. An exceptionally exciting opening quarter of footy. Let's hope this continues for the next 3 quarters of footy from Camp Reserve. Live 25 local fresh footy.
When it comes to reducing pain and rebuilding strength, Keyser leaves nothing to chance. Our university-qualified health professionals don't just treat problem areas, they design personalised training programs using Swiss-engineered machines unique to Keyser. These machines safely isolate the affected area, test your strength, and help rebuild your muscles for a stronger and healthier life. Keyser, physiotherapy, rehabilitation, and strength training. Building strength with precision.
It's time for the Bendigo Football Netball League Top 5 for round 13. Tough conditions on the weekend, but Jack Chester and the boys from Castlemaine got it done. Little hand pass over the top, turning, just spilt it temporarily, but put it through. A brilliant goal. Number 2, Lachlan Tardrew here from Sandhurst. It was a tough day, wet footy, slipping through everybody's hands, and eventually it falls for Lachlan, who sprints away, uses his pace, and threads it home. Number 3, Billy Evans from Eaglehawk. He can't understand what all the carry-on is. He just bends down, picks it up, puts it through. Simple goal. Number 4, Bradley Benaki from Gisborne here. Getting on the end of a big torp, that one there, and the sliding mark from Bradley in the mud too. He would have had a mouthful of dirt. He's still getting it out today. Number 5, Thomas Bennett here from Eaglehawk. A beautiful intercept mark, the double grabber. But in these conditions, to kick a wet footy that far, that is a huge roost. That footy would have been as heavy as anything.
For boosting your daily protein, whether you're staying active, watching your macros, or just baking better at home. Lauki High Protein, made with quality Australian wheat and no preservatives, yeast sachet included. Live local football and Fresh FM sponsor. Lauki is available from the flour aisle in Woolworths.
Hey, you'll need lots of firewood to get you through this bitter cold winter. Stock up with quality wood. It's available right now from Bendigo Firewood and Soil, delivered straight to your door. Hardwood mix and red gum in stock plus more. Renewably sourced, seasoned to perfection for a longer burn time, a warmer home, producing less ash. Get your wood pile stocked from Bendigo Firewood and Soil, McDowell's Road, East Bendigo. Find fresh sponsor at bendigofirewoodandsoil.com.au.
Some Central Victoria radio stations don't think much of local footy. Some Central Victoria radio stations love local footy. Not some, only one. Bendigo's Fresh FM. We do love local footy.
Second quarter sponsored by Lauki Flour Mills.
Thanks to local footy sponsor, more live Bendigo football. And now it's time to fire up delicious Don Footy Franks. They're made for the footy. Is Don, is good.
Quarter timer, Camp Reserve, and it is a 4-point lead to the home side. Castlemaine 4-1-25, leading the Strathfieldsaye Storm 3-3-21. Goal kickers to quarter time in this clash today. It's been an interesting start. 1 each to Castlemaine's Michael Hartley, Jack Chester, Hunter Staples and Brodie Byrne. And for the Strathfieldsaye Storm, James Shiska has 2 and Riley Wilson has kicked 1.
Just down here with Michael Hartley. Jackson, you must be really impressed with that way you boys started, Michael.
Yeah, pressure's been really good around the footy. Probably just need to work on our disposal going forward, but pressure's been awesome. Love it.
Real pump up for Brodie Byrne in that quarter, playing a bit of a different role today.
Absolutely. I know he's just bringing the ball to ground and making a real contest, kicking a good goal as well. So he's been awesome for us.
Emphasising the pressure from your boys, that they can maintain it for this quarter. They should go into a lead at half time.
That's it. That's our go. Getting the ball, hitting bodies, skin on skin. That's what we love. So it's been good so far. Let's keep it up.
Thanks, Michael. All the best for the rest of the game.
Cameron Powell with Michael Hartley, the Castlemaine coach, generously speaking to us. Playing as well in the other game in the Bendigo Football League today. It's Golden Square 3-2-20 over Gisborne 2-5-17. Better players, Norm, for you in that opening term.
Well, in that opening term for Strathfieldsaye, I thought early on James Shiska very good up forward. He found himself on his own a couple of times, took a couple of good grabs. Riley Wilson around the ground's been very good. Sam Heaviside off the half-back line, along with Jordan Wilson, also very good. And I like the way Kyla Franke goes about it down back.
We'll get your better players for the Magpies in a moment. John Hunter on Live 25, local fresh footy back in the centre. Ned Hayes tapped it down for the Storm. Lester tried to get it. Riley Wilson did. He was surely caught high by John Watson. Umpire didn't see it though. And we'll have a ball up. Better players for the Magpies.
Yeah, I thought both McConaughey boys did well throughout that quarter. Will Moran getting his hands on the footy across half-back, Darby Simmons, and Patrick Bolter. Geez, he's a big body inside that centre circle.
Reece Jenkins' kick was smothered. Blandford inside 50. Shiska dances one way, dances the other, hesitates, not sure what to do. Centres the kick. Zach Charles, the intended target. Good work by John Watson. Couldn't get boot to ball. Ball spills out to the Magpies. Darby Simmons. Whistle blown. Free kick downfield. It will go the way of Castlemaine across half back. And so it'll be Bodie Robinson, who's urged to play on, goes back to Darby Simmons by hands, who clears to centre wing.
Kicks it down the line. He'll go inside forward 50 down the Jingle Street wing. Tracking the football for the Storm will be Jones. Jones did well. Then he'll go dangerously into the corridor. That's running, that is. Has a couple of bounces. He had one bounce and ran too far. And he's going to be pinged right in the mouth of goal. Oh, my goodness. I haven't seen anything like that before, I don't think ever, running across the teeth of goal and running too far. And he's going to give Castlemaine a goal here.
Yeah, that's gifted to Castlemaine. An inside 50 to Castlemaine caused by Strath going back into defence and then horseshoeing out.
Oh, Brody Byrne has casually kicked at the footy. It was a gift, and he decided to hand that gift back, and it went through for a minor score. Opportunity, major miss there. 5-point margin, Castlemaine lead.
Ball to be brought back in by Hunter.
Can't believe he missed it.
Lawrence. I'm still in disbelief too, Johnny. Hunter Lawrence's kick no good, straight to William Marks, who took a great mark above head. His kick, though, no good, and it's going to be chopped off by Jai Stevens for the Strathfieldsaye Storm. Stevens at centre half back, works it wide and finds Lion Frankie, who's had a lot of it today in the Loddon Valley Football League. It's Inglewood 2-3-15 over Maiden Galley YCW 1-2-8. So a 7-point lead to the Blues in that clash. Kick to centre wing, off hands. Ball comes back. Chance for air, inside 50 with the kick, across half forward. The Magpies close to the boundary line. Can they keep it alive? They do. Good work by Nuttall. They'll send it inside 50, long and deep. Hartley wants it. Going back bravely, Ratcliffe, and he fists it out of bounds. We'll have a boundary throw in. Right forward pocket beside the right point post for the Magpies. In attack.
And the Castlemaine defence is standing up well there. That was excellent work by Reece Jenkins in traffic. Was able to get foot on the ball and get it inside forward 50.
Deep in attack, Castlemaine, forward pocket. Hartley will do the ruck work. Can't quite win it. Castlemaine, well, they're still ruining that goal they missed by Brody Byrne. And Norm, I applaud the umpire for having the kahunas to pay it, really, because it was right at the teeth of goal. It was definitely there, but some umpires, they sometimes wobble a bit when you have to give one
well,
that close.
Right. They'd let it go, but that was good to see.
As it'll be another stoppage inside forward 50. Castlemaine in attack. They lead 26-25. 5-point margin thanks to our score sponsor, Don Smallgood. Is good. Live 25 local fresh footy.
Hartley whacked it over his head, did well, has support. It came from Callum McConaughey. Leicester in defence, helps to get it out. Not for long, though. Tackled was Riley Wilson, and he'll be penalised for holding the ball. What did you make of that, Norm? It was great attacking work by the Magpies, Callum McConaughey.
It was excellent work. It was a second effort from Cal. He'd just been on the ground, and he got up and he flung himself at the Strath player, and he had his arms around his waist and was just able to hold on, bring him to ground, and the Strath player had no hope of getting rid of that football, but did have time to get, did have previous chance to get rid of it when he first grabbed it.
For the Magpies, fifth major, Callum McConaughey to the clubroom's end. That looks awkward, is how I'd describe it. It hit the post, and just behind, 4-3-27. Strathfieldsaye 3-3-21. I could sense, Johnny, it was going to be difficult as soon as it left the boot.
It was an in-swinger, wasn't it, off the boot, as the Storm will bring it in from full back, but a couple of opportunities missed for the Magpies. They'll get another look now. Ben McConaughey intercepts the mark. He's on half forward, too far from home. He will go into the pocket, short pass. Bolter was the target, but lurking at the back, he's found a teammate who's standing right on the boundary line. The man with the footy is Dylan Hickey, who took that mark, and it's a pretty tight angle from there. McConaughey boys, both of them. We've got our Best on Ground Bendigo City Framers Sponsorship Award, $100 Best on Ground. There's a couple in the running early days. Hickey, with a kick like that, I might give it to him right now, as he never looked like missing with that kick. What a good goal it was from Castlemaine, just to get one on the board where they'd missed a couple of easy ones. Score sponsor, Jason Westcott Builder, Live 25, local fresh footy. Castlemaine go to 5-3-33. They lead 3-3-21.
Yeah, lovely weighted kick for young Dylan Hickey to take the mark there. It was between three opposition opponents. He popped up, took the mark, and he went back and he made it his own and kicked the goal. It's great to see both these clubs today, the future of Bendigo football.
I think Hickey must have been copying a little bit from the Strathfieldsaye bench then. He certainly pointed in the direction and let him know about it after he slotted that one, Norm.
Centre taken out by Harrison Sheen for the Magpies. Stolen across half back for the Storm. They clear to centre wing. Tice Griffin can power down there on the boundary. Griffin's kick partially smothered. Ricochets back into the centre. Getting the footy's Hunter Staples, eludes a would-be tackler, feeds the hand pass to Jack Nuttall. He left the footy behind. Kyle and Frankie harassed him. Whistle blown, free kick. A player caught high, and it was indeed Jack Nuttall for the Magpies, who'll take it on the railway side wing for Castlemaine. Drives it inside 50. High ball, off hands. Good defensive work by the Storm. Whistle blown, Hugh Behrens was lurking, but the free kick picked out in defence to Seamus Doherty for the Strathfieldsaye Storm.
Doherty, he'll come aggressively. It'll be okay, I think, to Charles on half-back. Handball to Ratcliffe, who ran side by side. Ratcliffe, 50-metre ball to a one-on-one contest. Will Moran got one for a hold. He was held when he didn't have the footy, and he's been pretty good this afternoon, Will Moran. He'll retreat. He'll go the reverse horseshoe, I think. Here they will to Air. In and out they go to Harrison Sheen. Harrison Sheen now to Bracken. It was an aggressive kick. Defensive side of centre wing for the Magpies. He looks aggressively inboard, then decides against it. Short pass. Johnny Watson is good enough to take a one-hander for the Magpies.
He plucked it with the one hand. It was good to watch. A high kick inside 50. Off hands. Hartley got there. Frankie defends too. Ball called forward by Simmons. Couldn't quite find him. Now it's across the half-forward line. Eluding would-be tacklers is Hunter Staples. High hospital kick. It'll land in the right forward pocket, but not in the desire intended. And it's stolen across half-back by the Storm. They'll work it out of the defensive zone. Chip over the top. Next link in the chain is Hunter Lawrence. He's got Riley Wilson out wide if he wants him. Opts not to use him. Instead goes across the ground now. A somewhat audacious ball, but it was effective, and he's found Frankie again across half-back.
Frankie, he'll retreat inboard now. Hits a target. It's a Behrens. Behrens, they switch it from one back pocket to the other. Blanford has a bounce with the footy now for the Storm. Runs his measure. Oh, it's an awkward ball. His target was Brereton, was good enough to mark it. Contested one-on-one. He was up against Sutherland. Now it's long ball inside forward 50. Shishka running with the flight of the ball with the Storm. He got one on the chin, I reckon, from an erred shoulder. It was an accident. It stands back up. And 40 metres from goal, Storm in attack will have a ball up.
Johnny Hunter, Live 25, local fresh footy, calling the action there. Ball's thrown up in the air. Patrick Bolter out-muscled his direct opponent in the ruck and got it around his body to Brad Keogh, who's got a player loose if he wants to use him. Harrison Sheen in those pink boots. He receives now. Across half-back does Harrison Sheen. He cuts into the centre. That was a beautiful kick, and this opens things up a little bit as he finds Darby Simmons. He chips it over the top effectively. Brad Keogh and the Magpies will drive it towards half
Keogh,
forward.
geez, they look good here, the Magpies, running shotgun with Simmons. Then he spreads it further afield to Bracken. Bracken, poor kick, intercepted. The Storm with an opportunity. Another turnover. The kick was intercepted by Sheen. Poor handball at the ankles of Air of the Magpies. He's still in the contest. Hands and knees. They dive in top of him, and we'll have a ball up and a stoppage. And Norm, there was some great play amongst that, and there was a couple of errant turnovers.
There were a couple of errant turnovers there, especially that one from Strath coming back, cutting into the corridor and not hitting a target.
The Storm have not scored so far in this term. Leicester, Riley Wilson with great courage threw himself on top of the footy but the ball is wrapped up and we'll have a ball up. In this term, about 10 minutes have gone. The Storm have not scored as they continue to lead here. Castlemaine at home, 5-3, plays 3-3. It's a 2-goal margin. Neither side could break away from that last ball up, so we'll repeat proceedings here at Camp Reserve. No clouds in the sky, ball's thrown up, no one could get hands to it in the ruck. And free kick will go the way of Hayes. He gives it off to Riley Wilson. Kick inside 50. After it is Tice Griffin. Has support from Zach Charles. He goes now to Griffin again, to Lester. Back to Griffin. The handball missed him. Lester tried to follow up to no avail. He does so though now. Riley Wilson over the top. Quickly to Zach Charles. He's tackled. Great defensive work by Castlemaine across half back, and we'll have a ball up.
Quarter time in North Central. Sea Lake Nandelli Tigers lead Donald by 45. Charlton Trail Calder United. St Arnaud Trail Birchip Watcham, and Bort 3-2-20 to Wedderburn 3-5-23.
As the ball goes out of bounds here at Camp Reserve. 5-3-33, Castlemaine. Strathfieldsaye 3-3-21.
Umpire will ball it in. Across half forward. Jingle Street side. Bolter plucked it out of the ruck for the Magpies. Put it on the boot. Good strong tackling on the wing. The Storm did well to hold up the footy because Castlemaine look aggressive when they get the footy. They look to go corridor. And at ground level, Dylan Hickey doing well. Umpire will now throw it up. Bolter grabs it out of the air. How many times is he going to do that before the Storm wake up? But the kick is intercepted by the Storm, and it's Cooper Jones with the footy.
Who's got Sam Heaviside calling for it, and they've hit the ground running here on the outer side. They get it to Jed Daniels. True centre wing position, Railway's side. Wanting it in the centre is Zach Charles. Ignores him, goes longer. Direct target is Jed Brereton, who's played the last 3 games. Ball fisted away from him. Great defensive work from Josh Eyre. Stolen, though, by the Storm. Back inside 50. Jed Brereton works it close to the boundary line and it goes over and out. We'll have it tossed back in. So inside the Storm's attacking zone, they're about 25 metres out from goal. A chance for their first score or goal in this second term.
Genuinely impressed by the standard of footy this afternoon. I know the conditions are conducive to it, but after last week in the heavy conditions, Patrick Bolter winning a lot of the footy, gave it to Moran, he tapped it down. Simmons as well offered support of the Magpies. Then Jed Brereton of the Storm tracked it towards the line and underneath the scoreboard. We'll have a ball in. In attack, the Storm. They trail. Castlemaine doing well. It's 33-21, live 25. Local fresh footy, thanks to our truck sponsor, the Love Shack Brewery in Castlemaine this afternoon. We've got the vantage point here overlooking the action as Bolter wins it out of the ruck. Hurried kick now. It's dangerous. The Storm, will they have an opportunity? Hurried kick by Wilson. Goes to the goal square. Burton takes a good chest mark. It was contested against Eyre on a pretty tight angle. And should make the most of this, Norm.
He should do. Good work by Riley Wilson then. He was able to evade 2 Castlemaine opponents and get the ball in quick.
Bolter, he's been good this afternoon. He just didn't look on that occasion when he kicked it out of the defensive zone. It was a hurried kick. Let's see what the Storm can do with this. I don't think he's going to step around like they usually do. He's going to kick a drop punt. Old style footy. Let's see what he makes of it. Kicks a goal. They liked it straight off the boot. And I do like to see they call me old school, Norm. Score sponsor, Bendigo City Framers, who are also sponsoring the $100 award for best player on the ground. Live 25, local fresh footy. That takes the Storm to 4-3-27. They trail Castlemaine 5-3-33.
Yes, look, I'm with you there, John. I like the confidence of the young man to be able to go go straight at goal and kick it straight over the goal umpire's head. You were mentioning the heavy conditions last week. It'll be interesting to see which team that has come off worse when we get later on in the game, because your legs will get heavier. Do you want to do that little bit extra that you need?
Almost 15 minutes gone, second term. Tapped down by Hayes. Harrison Sheehan couldn't get the loose ball. Riley McQueen there too. Free kick holding the ball against the Strathfieldsaye Storm, and Cal McConaughey takes the free kick. It was against Jai Stevens there.
Actually,
so
Darby
Simmons. Thank you, Norm, as he goes across the ground to William Marks. He's got it centre wing, broadcast side of the ground. So William Marks, called to play on, concedes territory, and the mark has been taken by Josh Eyre. His kick was not quite well weighted, but it worked out nevertheless to Darby Simmons, who goes to centre wing on the outer side. Jack Nuttall, ball close to the boundary line, stays alive momentarily, still in, and whistle blown. Free kick picked out, high tackle, goes the way of the Strathfieldsaye Storm. So the kick from half back, and that'll be downfield surely. Shiska has taken the grab. Bit of push and shove from players of both sides. Shiska, he'll send it deep, inside 50. Good mark, good presentation. And on the chest of Jed Brereton, who kicked that last goal for the Strathfieldsaye Storm. And a chance for Strathfieldsaye Norm to get 2 goals within as many minutes. And a bit of a blue on centre wing.
Yes, and like the first quarter, it's the same person again, Jed Brereton, this time as it was Shiska in the first quarter. And both these players have been missing most of the year for Strath, and they're certainly getting the benefit of having them back today.
Blue on centre wing has dissipated. Nothing happening now. Jed Brereton, meantime, lining up for his second goal of the term. And he has put them back in it. So Jed Brereton levels the scores 5-3, 33 apiece. This is a cracking contest here at Camp Reserve in Castlemaine. 16 minutes gone, second term. Score sponsor, Bendigo City Framers. Live 25, local fresh footy.
A little bit of a disappointing result for Castlemaine. First gamer, Tom Ford. He came off the ground at quarter time, and he's unfortunately, day is done. He's off to hospital with a suspected head knock. So Tom Ford only lasting 1 quarter on debut, and Castlemaine down to 3 for the remainder of the game.
Yeah, we've had a bit of that today, Cam. Also, the game earlier, the under-18s game was abandoned because a young guy from the Storm with a back injury had to go to hospital, so that game was abandoned as Castlemaine win it off half-back after the initial ball up. It was Moran, ended up with Cal McConaughey. McConaughey now down the line. His target was Robinson. Robinson loses it. Wilson does well. That was Riley. Puts it on the boot towards the wing. Jingle Street side. Timekeeper's box side goes out of bounds, and we'll have a ball in.
Could almost have a sound effect when the ball goes on the Jingle Street side, Johnny. I think you got the gist of what I'm trying to say. As the ball's tossed back in, Bolter took it out of the ruck, manhandled his direct opponent long and deep, but he in fact gave away a free kick in doing so. Bit of a shove.
He's got the height.
It was a push in the back. I'm not sure it was though, but it looked like it was more side to me.
So Seamus Doherty helps to get it to half forward. Wanting it was Jed Brereton, but it's been stolen across half back by Eyre, who goes to Harrison Sheen. Little chip to half back, effective, and finds Ben McConaughey. Cuts into the centre circle, finds Michael Hartley. Ball bounced off his chest. Riley Wilson followed up for the Storm with support from Tice Griffin, who was tackled, and will have a ball up. True centre wing position. Interchange Gates side. Scores level 5-3, 33 apiece.
We have got the close ones. Winning the ruck there was Doherty of the Storm. Another stoppage. Umpire Norton was pretty quick to blow the whistle and restart. On the Jingle Street wing, Bolter wins it out of the middle, then banged it on the boot. Love to know how many times he's done that this afternoon. He hits John Watson on half forward for the Magpies. Turns and goes to the hot spot. Ball bounces. Chester's in the area. Offering supports Reece Smith. Chester picks it up. He's got also Brodie Byrne, but they just see it over. Good pressure by the Storm defenders. And 20 around from the goal Castlemaine attack, which is the club room's end. We'll have a ball in. Tall tied up here, 33 apiece.
In the right contest, Hartley prepares to do battle. So ball's thrown back in. He gets to the front position. Ratcliffe, though, got in the way at the last moment. Chance for Jed Daniels. He'll clear up to centre wing. He wants Shiska. Couple against him. Free kick goes his way, though. He was held on to. So Shiska wastes no time. It's a spacious forward line for the Strathfieldsaye Storm as they gallop in left, right and centre. One of them is Riley Wilson. He gets it on the second bite. His kick is, well, he's run down from behind, penalised for holding the ball. Hunter Staples gets the loose ball. Magnificent work by Castlemaine. Kick from Sheen. Wants Hartley across left half forward. Gets it on the first bounce. Curls the kick around his body. Back towards centre half forward. Staples in the vicinity. Also there is Lane Frankie. Chance now for Sheehan. Off the left right boot, he's missed to the left-hand side, and just a behind. Opportunity goes begging. 5-4-34 Castlemaine. Strathfieldsaye 5-3-33, a 1 point lead to the home side.
Cooper Jones kicks in, short pass. It's effective. Frankie was the recipient. Been good this afternoon for the Storm. Still short, aggressive kick to Lawrence. They'll just move it around in the back half. And now long ball by the Storm. Castlemaine getting involved there with Reece Jenkins. Ground level. We just can't escape with a clean bit of play. Now we do. Mulquinny. Riley puts it out there to the outer side, and then he comes inboard. Target will be Griffin. Griffin was just a bit severe for him. Then he flings his arms back, then he goes hard at it. Just coughs it up a little bit, but it's okay. Shiska offers support. Then he's got the goals open and misses for a minor score. Well, it was a kind of half build-up with a little bit of an ugly play, but it's a 1 point margin now. Castlemaine lead.
Yeah, wastes no time and finds Hartley across half back. Hartley with those green boots, the coach a long way up from where he should be though, in his forward zone. Kick to Hunter Staples. I've liked his game so far. Has a player loose across half back, Railway side. That man is Jack Sutherland. The next link in the chain is Jack Nuttall, who takes the game on. He opts to have a bounce. He gets boot to ball. He's kicked deep inside 50. Brody Byrne there. Ball comes to ground level. Check side kick. Spectacular. And Castlemaine have another through Brad Keogh. That's their second of this term. Brad Keogh nails it. And the Magpies are 6-4-40. Strathfieldsaye 5-4-34. Score sponsor, Jason Westcott. Builder, Live 25, local fresh footy.
Yeah, good to see Bradley Keogh back in this senior side for Castlemaine. Last year I thought he was a very good up forward. He gave them an option and created opportunities. He's done it again then. He roved the front of the pack and it was an ungainly check side banana, but it did the job.
You're right about Hunter Staples as well there, Jackson. I think he's been pretty good as Castlemaine will win it out of the middle again. This time it's Cal McConaughey. You'll spread it wide. Chester, a blind turn. Is it open for him? It's not quite. He just turns it over. The Storm receiving a mark now will be Sam Heavyside, who's been quiet this afternoon compared to what we usually know of him, Jackson. He's one of those players. And he spots up Cooper Jones on the outer side wing.
He does indeed. Jones forced to pause and ponder as he drives it down the line off the left boot to half forward. Ned Hayes underneath it. Bolter. I really like this big man from the Magpies. He's resilient. He's now taking the game on like a rover across half back as a penetrating kick goes to half forward, but chopped off again by Cooper Jones, who's been good today for the Storm. Cuts it into the centre and finds Riley Wilson. He'll chip it over the top. Kick is good and finds Sam Heavyside right in the centre circle.
Heavyside now. He looks further afield. Then he decides, it's a low ball, poor kick. Poor kick, kicked it straight to air of Castlemaine, who marks it on defensive 50. In front of the broadcast truck here, sponsored by the Love Shack Brewery in Castlemaine. Short pass goes to Cal McConaughey, a candidate for our best player from Bendigo City Framers. $100 voucher from our sponsors. He'll go aggressively into the middle to Bolter. Bolter will spread it further wide to the wing, and he hits up Will Moran.
It's an 8-point lead, by the way, to Golden Square against Gisborne at Wade Street.
Whoa.
Golden Square creating some scares for Gisborne, who defeated Sandhurst, the later leaders, for the second time this season last weekend. Kick to half forward was no good, out of bounds though on the full penalty. Free kick taken by Hunter Lawrence to Leicester for the Strathfieldsaye Storm. Couldn't upset me brewing at Wade Street. Interesting games here in Bendigo footy. Leicester's hand pass went to the run of a teammate who went to ground. Leicester got it back. He recovered well. Went to Jed Daniels. They'll clear now the Strathfieldsaye Storm. Shiska wants it across half forward. Getting in the way though is Darby Simmons. Did well. He stole the footy. Not for long though. Storm get it back. Shiska, open goal beckons and he nails it. The Strathfieldsaye Storm level the scores again. 6-4-40 apiece. 25 minutes gone in this term. And it was beautifully set up for him. And Shiska, Norm, with thanks to our score sponsor Aussie Disposals, made no mistake.
No, and as I've said all along in this game, it's great to see Shishka and Brereton both back for Strathfieldsaye up forward. They got 5 of the 6 goals, and certainly dangerous when the ball comes in forward.
MCDFNL update, it is Natty Bialaba 4-1-25 to Denali 2-6-18. And in the Heathcote District Footy League, thanks to Wayne Smith at half-time, Mount Pleasant 7-11-53, leading Huntley 3-5-23, and Colbo 15-8-98 to Whitehills 3-2-20.
Robinson for Castlemaine wins it out of the middle. He might have got one in the back as he kicked it there. Just keep your eye on him, Norm. See if he's okay. But the Storm, they'll win it off half-back now. Kick is long. Target will be Stevens. Can't win it. Spills to the back. Semmons, who has been good for Castlemaine. Semmons has got time and space. Gets a long ball down the wing. They'll set themselves. But a good strong mark was taken by Doherty of the Storm.
I've really liked his game, Johnny. Doherty was looking for Cooper Jones. Dropped the mark he should have taken. Hartley gets in the way. Causes havoc. Has support. That came from Reece Keogh. He runs towards goal and puts it through. Beautiful finish from Reece Keogh. He has his first, or second in fact, of the afternoon. Live 25, local fresh footy, with thanks to our score sponsor, Bendigo City Framers. Norm Jenkin, an exciting finish for the Maggies.
It was a good finish from the Maggies and good work by Darby Semmons up here on the half-back flank. He was able to evade 3 opposition players, get the ball to a teammate, and from then it was good work by the man we mentioned before in Reece Jenkins, getting the ball to ground.
So Castlemaine by a straight kick now. Let's hope this continues on for the rest of the afternoon and goes right to the wire as the Storm will win it out of the middle there. As the ball just rebounded though, still on the wing, Wilson. Both Wilsons getting involved also with Mulquinny. Riley Mulquinny inside forward 50 to a rampaging Shiska, who's making a presence this afternoon, stamping his mark on the game. And he'll stand up, slow things down and have a shot at goal from 50. Shishka. Distance shouldn't be a problem. To the scoreboard end, which is the Forest Street end here at Castlemaine at the Camp Reserve. Crosses the paint of 50. It'll slew wide. It won't be a goal. It will be a minor score, which takes it to a 5-point margin. Castlemaine lead 46-41. Live 25. Local fresh footy.
Josh Eyre entrusted with the kicking duties as he has all afternoon. 27 minutes gone in this second term. Goes to Harrison Sheehan in the back pocket, Railway's side. They've got to press on here, the Strathfieldsaye Storm, so it'll be hard for Darby Semmons to work it out. Retreats, hangs a long time in the air to Josh Eyre, who's taken the grab. And a bit of a love tap, to put it generously, against Zach Charles there. As the kick from Josh Eyre, no good. Siren sounds, doesn't matter. It was fortuitous in one sense because Jack Sutherland had 2 Storm players on his hammer and they could have gone back into attack, the Strathfieldsaye Storm. It's half-time though, the siren has sounded, and at the major break, it is Castlemaine who leads. 7-4-46 to the Strathfieldsaye Storm, 6-5-41. A 5-point lead at the major break. An exciting first half of footy, that is for sure. We're looking forward to bringing you the second half, a cracking contest in this round 14 split round contest as we head down to the boundary and join Cameron Power on Live 25 local fresh footy.
I've got Harry Sheehan down here. Harry, you must be really wrapped with the way you boys have started that first half.
Yeah, it's been really good. Highlighted wanted to come in the game with really high pressure, and we feel like we've got that. Cough the ball up for them, and we go forward and score.
The midfield pressure is absolutely awesome in there, especially the 2 McConaughey boys.
Yeah, it's been really good. Obviously, we've got a few out with Bailey and Scratcher and stuff, so the second 2 have had to come up, and yeah, they've been really impressive.
And if there's one thing you reckon you guys need to fix up to continue on in the second half, what would that be?
I think it's probably just taking a few more opportunities, maybe lowering our eyes inside 50, but yeah, we're pretty happy with the first half.
Harry, thank you very much for your time. All the best for second half.
Harrison Sheehan live on Live 25 local fresh footy as we head into the major break. Castlemaine and the Strathfieldsaye Storm players head into their rooms as they prepare for the major interval at halftime. It is Castlemaine 7-4-46 leading Strathfieldsaye 6-5-41. The second half is coming up on Live 25 local fresh footy.
Doing it for our community. Local first. Bendigo's Fresh FM.
When it comes to reducing pain and rebuilding strength, Keyser leaves nothing to chance. Our university-qualified health professionals don't just treat problem areas, they design personalised training programs using Swiss-engineered machines unique to Keyser. These machines safely isolate the affected area, test your strength, and help rebuild your muscles for a stronger and healthier life. Keyser, physiotherapy, rehabilitation, and strength training. Building strength with precision.
It's time for the Bendigo Football Netball League Top 5 for round 13. Tough conditions on the weekend, but Jack Chester and the boys from Castlemaine got it done. Little hand pass over the top, turning, just spilt it temporarily, but put it through. A brilliant goal. Number 2, Lachlan Tardrew here from Sandhurst. It was a tough day, wet footy, slipping through everybody's hands, and eventually it falls for Lachlan, who sprints away, uses his pace, and threads it home. Number 3, Billy Evans from Eaglehawk. He can't understand what all the carry-on is. He just bends down, picks it up, puts it through. Simple goal. Number 4, Bradley Bendigo from Gisborne here. Getting on the end of a big torp, that one there, and the sliding mark from Bradley in the mud too. He would have had a mouthful of dirt. He's still getting it out today. Number 5, Thomas Bennett here from Eaglehawk. A beautiful intercept mark, the double grabber. But in these conditions, to kick a wet footy that far, that is a huge roost. That footy would have been as heavy as anything.
Trace, Allen Street, Bendigo, or pewtrace.com.au.
Fresh sponsor. Got a flat battery on your way to work? Battery World Bendigo is offering roadside battery assistance during business hours. They'll come to your home, work, or the side of the road, anywhere you might be stuck. They'll test your battery and install a brand new one with a nationwide warranty on the spot. Speak to a Battery World expert about getting the best battery for your vehicle. Whatever battery you need, not just auto batteries. See Battery World Bendigo in High Street or call 13 17 60. Business sponsor.
Where do I get my outdoor gear? Where do I get my outdoor gear? Aussie Disposals, it's all here. Aussie Disposals, it's all here. Skiing pants and fishing rods. Skiing pants and fishing rods. Aussie Disposals has the lot. Aussie Disposals has the lot. Boots and bags, tents and swags, clothing, workwear, sleeping bags, all available to purchase. Ripper prices, Ripper service. Aussie Disposals for your outdoor adventure.
Lauki's new high-protein bread and specialty mixes are crafted to make healthy eating simple. Packed with goodness and made for convenience, these mixes are perfect for boosting your daily protein, whether you're staying active, watching your macros, or just baking better at home. Lauki High Protein, made with quality Australian wheat and no preservatives, yeast sachet included. Live local football and Fresh FM sponsor. Lauki is available from the flour aisle in Woolworths. Bendigo business sponsor.
Bendigo bearings will keep you rolling. Bendigo bearings will keep you rolling. If you're in a fix, we'll get you rolling quick. You can rely on us. We're the people we trust. Go, go, go. Bendigo bearings will keep you rolling.
Fresh FM sponsor.
The kitchen sits central at the heart of your home and is much more than cupboards and bench tops. Let Central Kitchens design and build a custom kitchen, perfect for your needs, specifications and lifestyle. Locally owned and operated, all kitchens are manufactured right here in Bendigo. A high-quality kitchen built by us. A quality lifestyle at home built by you. Visit centralkitchens.com.au and find your dream kitchen today.
Fire up for the footy with Don Footy Franks. Whether you're with family, friends or the matchday crew, nothing beats cheering on your team with a delicious Don Footy Frank in hand. Go straight down the middle with sauce and mustard or work it out wide with a bit of cheese and onion. Whatever your play, fresh and local sponsored Don Footy Franks are made for footy. Is Don, is good.
Fresh Bendigo weekend weather sponsored by Dunstones Brothers Plumbing and Roofing, offering same-day service for emergencies like hot water replacements, blocked sewers and burst pipes. All work is guaranteed. Go online for details.
Sunny for Bendigo over the weekend with overnight lows of 3 and 1, with weekend tops of 16 and a few showers and 15 on Sunday. Melbourne's weekend forecast partly cloudy, overnight lows of 7 and 3 with tops over the weekend of 15 and 18 degrees on Sunday. A shower or two Monday for Bendigo, down to 5 overnight and a top of 13. Possible shower Tuesday, low of 4 and a high of 15. And a shower or two Wednesday, a low of 1 overnight and a top of 16 degrees.
Did you know we'll tell listeners all about your local event with our fresh, free and local updates? Email direct into the Fresh Studio. Requests at freshfmbendigo.com.au. Like to hear a song from the 70s, 80s or 90s? Requests at freshfmbendigo.com.au. Bendigo Fresh 101.5 FM across Central Victoria. Fresh online, download the free Community Radio Plus app.
We are keeping it fresh. Your local station, Bendigo's Fresh 101.5 FM. It's halftime and I hope you're enjoying today's live Bendigo football match. Footy Fresh Central Victoria's local station has for more than 35 years broadcasted local live footy. Please support the local businesses that you hear during this broadcast, as it's local businesses that support your community football. After local band Darkside's weekend song, we return with more live Bendigo football.
Heading down an open highway, those that seek and those that find, hidden fears fire back at me. Sand cold shivers racing down my spine. There ain't much that I remember. I sleep until the afternoon, waiting for the weekends to come round. The crowded smoky hotel, stuck in this dead end
Central Victoria radio stations don't think much of local footy.
Some Central Victoria radio stations love local footy.
Not some, only one. Bendigo's Fresh FM. We do love local footy.
Third quarter sponsored by Lauki Flour Mills.
Thanks to local footy sponsor, more live Bendigo football. And now it's time to fire up delicious Don Footy Franks. They're made for the footy. Is Don, is good.
Live 25 local fresh footy, and it is a cracking contest as you can hear the siren echoing for the warning of the third term imminent. And at the major break, it is Castlemaine 7-4-46, 5 points ahead of the Strathfieldsaye Storm, 6-5-41. Father Jackson, John Hunter, Norm Jenkin and Cameron Power with you in commentary. Glenn Gordon back in the studio and our ground technician, Ray Pinner. We thank also our truck sponsor, the Love Shack Brewery, Bar and Bistro in Castlemaine. A very entertaining opening half of footy, that is for sure. In the Bendigo Football League, it's the split round, round 14. The other game sees Golden Square taking on Gisborne. 6-4-40, Golden Square lead by a kick over Gisborne. 4-10-34 in the Loddon Valley Football League. And as we head down before those scores, I see Cam Power has got Brad Road on Live 25 local fresh footy.
Thanks, Jackson. Down here with Strathfieldsaye assistant Brad Rowe. Brad, what was the message from the half-time?
Yeah, look, mate, we've just got to get our hands to the ball in this second half and clean up a bit of contest work in the centre and, just centre clearances have been probably, below par for us the first half. So, yeah, we've just got to tidy those up.
It's been a very fast-paced game and a lot of turnover and run across. Is that something you were expecting today?
Yeah, that's kind of the footy that we're sort of wanting to play, that quick footy from half back. But I guess we're the first half we've probably turned the ball over a little bit too much, sort of exiting our D50. So we just got to try and tidy that up and get on top of that second half.
And having James Shishka back in that forward line, it just helps structure your side up. You must love having him down there.
It does, mate. Like he obviously come back last week, which was not a good week for a key forward to come back. So on a day like today, it's definitely good to have him down there.
Any injuries or concerns for anyone on the bench in the second half? Looks like you've only got 3 there at the moment.
I think there's one still in the room getting a quick rub, so we should be good to go.
No worries. Thanks for your time, Brad, and all the best for the second half.
Thanks.
Brad Road there with Cameron Power on Live 25 local fresh footy. Goal kickers for the Strathfieldsaye Storm to the major break. James Shiska, the only he's got 3 goals for the Storm and 2 for Jed Brereton and then 1 to Riley Wilson. And for Castlemaine, all singles. Michael Hartley, Brodie Byrne, Jack Chester, Reece Smith, Brad Keogh, Hunter Staples and Dylan Hickey, the goal kickers. Third term about to get underway. 5-point lead to Castlemaine. Here's John Hunter, Live 25, local fresh footy.
It'll be Bolter and Hayes. It was probably a dead heat in the end, but Bolter has been good this afternoon as he wins this footy. A little handball, a little give was ineffective. Ben Lester trying to exert his influence but can't, and we'll have a ball up. Who was your better players there for the Storm in that second term there, Norm?
I thought Riley Mulquinny got a lot of the ball, got it in the forward line. Of course, Shishka up forward, Brereton. Riley Wilson continued his good first quarter. Vice-Captain Jones down back was good, as was Sam Heavyside.
Hunter Staples attempts to get away, but he's stapled in a tackle. And great work from Sam Heavyside. He'll take the kick across half-back for the Strathfieldsaye Storm. In the Loddon Valley Football League, it's Inglewood 5-8-38, leading Maiden Galley 1-6-12, and it's Morong 10-7-67 to Midiamo 1-5-11.
Staples goes to, it was Heavyside, went to Land Frankie of the Storm now to half forward. Storm in attack here. Ground level. Ben McConaughey goes in hard, he gets tackled, and we're all tied up. We'll have a stoppage and a ball up. It's been good, both McConaughey boys this afternoon. Also like the work of Brad Keogh, you mentioned it, Norm. Harrison Sheen, the big bolter, the ruckman, Moran has done well, and Hunter Staples, I agreed with you, Jackson, he's been prominent as well.
He has been, as the Castlemaine Magpies look to work it out of defence. For how long, though, is the question. Riley McQuinney gets in the way. Jai Chambers provided support. He's tackled, however, by John Watson, and a ball up in front of the interchange gates, Gingell Street side at Camp Reserve. In the ruck contest, Bolter taps it down to no one's direct advantage though. Lester has his head over it, opposed gallantly by Cal McConaughey, and we'll have another ball up. Cal McConaughey, one of the better players, who I'd say is in contention for the sponsored Bendigo City Framers Best on Ground Award today.
Yeah, that $100 voucher each and every week, thanks to Bendigo City Framers, as the ball goes out of bounds again. As Hunter Staples in the area. He's dangerous. I think the Storm have identified it. In fact, it was Jack Chester. They look relatively similar, those two players. Both dangerous in their own right. Now it'll be Bolter. Front position, over the back. Hayes couldn't get his hands on footy. Simmons goes in hard for the Magpies. Crunched it. Won by Ben McConaughey. Inside forward 50 now. Hartley, punch from behind. Spills to 50. Hunter Lawrence overruns the footy. Tracking it for the Magpies. Doing well was Hickey. But a whistle because he's all tied up. And it'll be a free kick to the Storm, and it goes to Riley Mulquinny.
Half-time MCDFNL, Talbot 5-5-35 to Navarre 3-5-23.
Riley Mulquinny to centre wing, finds Cooper Jones on the first bounce. Left foot pass to half forward, hopes to find Griffin. Couldn't quite get him. And the ball ricochets towards the boundary line. Still in. Only just though. Darby Simmons gets it by hand for the Castlemaine Magpies to Josh Eyre. Penetrating ball into the centre square. Finds Brodie Byrne. Player loose in the wing. That's his coach, Michael Hartley. Has urgency. Goes in front of our broadcast position. Harrison Sheen. We've got prime position here. He decides to have a pin. It may fall short. John Watson is there on the first bounce. Watson got hands to it, but he was unable to trap it and went through for a behind. So first score on the board in this term is a blemish. 7-5-47 the Maggies. Strath 6-5-41.
Played on quickly from fullback, the Storm. On the outer side with Doherty now. Now he'll retreat and come to heavy side, who's back in his defensive square in front of goals, as if he's kicking out from fullback again. Heavy side shields his eyes. Then he comes broadcast side to Hunter Lawrence. Short pass, only the required distance. In fact, it might have even been 20. Let's see what the Storm can build here. The ball will come out. A long ball. They'll set themselves in the middle of the pack there. Hayes had his hands on the football, then spills to Chester of Castlemaine. Chester, a cute little up the chimney kick. Probably wasn't the best option that he could have gone with, and Blandford takes a mark for the Storm.
Up the chimney, I'll remember that for my expressions, vocabulary, is the kick for Cooper Jones. His hand pass no good, wants heavy side across half back, concedes territory, finds Seamus Doherty. Kick over the top, ineffective, miss Lester, stolen by Moran. Kick along the ground, bit of a scrubber along the turf. Watson is tackled, and we'll have a ball up in front of the left half forward flank for the Castlemaine Magpies. They're attacking to the Forest Street end in this third term.
Well, you knew where it was going, Jacko, though, didn't you?
Just didn't see the smoke.
Straight up and down. As we've got a whistle on play here. I don't think the players know which way it's going to. They might be Castlemaine's kick. No, it's not. No,
the
Storm.
Push out in the ruck.
On his defensive arc of 50, Hayes dishes it off now to a teammate who'll kick it long. The Storm take it down the wing. Contested ball. Eyre did well for Castlemaine. Emerges. Then on the left. Shallow inside forward 50. Burns the target. Spills to the front of the pack. Hayes was like a rover. Chain of handballs. Ended up there with Ian Frankie. Short pass. Only went 10-15 metres at the very most. And he hits up Sam Heavyside,
who is an absolute gun. Has to shield the sun with his eyes. Finds Lane Frankie. Doherty across the ground is loose. Instead he goes shorter to Lester, who will now send it to that man Doherty. Dole wants it over the top, but then decides not to call for it as Castlemaine lock numbers across their half-forward zone. So he's forced to go back towards Lane Frankie. On the opposite side, Railway side of the ground to heavy side. This is where it all originated about 2 minutes ago. Lane Frankie's kick is short, and he's spotted up that man in Griffin, who goes very short and by hand to Hunter Lawrence.
Lawrence, a long ball. He'll kick it to 50. Eyre gets his hands on the footy for the Magpies, but it will be the Storm who emerges. One way, then the other. It's Griffin. Then he goes to the hot spot. Bouncing ball, it might, well, sneak through for a minor score. It looked good for a moment. just went the wrong side of the post, takes it through for a minor score. So it's 47 playing 42, 5-point margin. Castlemaine leads, 7 minutes gone. Third term, Live 25, local fresh footy. Score sponsored Jason Westcott Builder.
Reece Jenkins wants Hartley. It's a big 60-metre kick up to half-back. Great work from Ned Hayes. Also had support from Jai Chambers. Appeal for holding the ball, turned down by the umpire. It's close to the boundary line. And we'll have it thrown back up in the air with this ball up right in front of the interchange gates. It is a 5-point lead to Castlemaine. Ball hits the deck. Chambers gets it. Look away, hand pass. It's gone into dispute. No one has clean possession. Hunter Staples kick, surely partially touched off the boot. It was. Umpire said play on. Riley Mulquinny steals it, gives it to Heavyside in the centre circle again. He penetrates the kick, long and direct, up the guts. And a great mark has been taken by Griffin, the youngster, who has marked 45 metres out from goal, directly in front. My question is, Norm, does he have the penetration to go the full journey?
I think he will, Jackson. It'll be the accuracy that'll be his biggest hurdle.
So Norm has backed him. Tice Griffin to the clubroom's end here at Castlemaine. Kicking for the Storm. Off the right boot. Norm, you called it well. And they're in front by a point. Strathfieldsaye 7-6, 48. Castlemaine 7-5, 47. 6 minutes gone, third term. Score sponsor, Don's Small Goods. Is Don. Is good. Live 25, local fresh footy.
Yeah, once again, two of Strathfieldsaye's prime movers, Riley Mulquinny was the first to get in with that, and then Sam Heavyside, and that was a lovely kick by Heavyside. Griffin made the lead straight up the centre, and Heavyside honoured it.
Celebrations there for Tice Griffin. That's his first goal in senior footy as well. Played his first game last week against Kangaroo Flat, and in game 2 he gets on the board with a goal.
They got around him too, Cam, didn't they?
Yeah, absolutely. So that was, in case you're wondering what the big rap's, it was definitely his first goal for the club. So come through the Strathfieldsaye junior system as well as young Tice Griffin. So terrific footballer. But he's also a very good cricketer as well. Plays A-grade cricket in Bendigo as well.
Now the Storm have it on left half back. It's with Dole. Dole short pass to the wing, but a drop mark by Hayes. The big ruckman couldn't quite get his hands on it. Sheen has knocked off the footy for Castlemaine as a pack forms at ground level. And we'll have a ball up. Stoppage. True centre wing. Jingle Street side. Long shadows here at the Camp Reserve. We've got a cracker going on here at the moment. Don't go anywhere. Promises to be a close finish as Hartley doing the ruck work against Hayes of the Storm. But Castlemaine will win it. And it's with Jenkins. Reece Jenkins goes long. Ground level now. Hickey was the target. Spills. Blanford picks it up for the Storm. They'll share it around. Also getting hands on footy was Behrens. Good strong tackling by Riley Wilson. And geez, a little bit willing over the top.
There's a little
Radcliffe comes over the top and just shoves Hickey's face into the ground. You notice that, Norm?
I did.
In front of the broadcast truck here, sponsors this afternoon, the Love Shack Brewery in Castlemaine. Brewery Bar and Bistro as the ball kicked out of bounds on the full, and a free kick will go to the Storm.
And it's Blanford that will take the free kick for the Strathfieldsaye Storm. Goes short and finds Hugh Behrens, who's got it at full back. Behrens, his kick, it might be stolen here by Hunter Staples. He effects the spoil beautifully from the attempted Riley Mulquinny mark. And Staples follows up. He gets boot to ball. Exciting. Inside 50. Mark has been taken by Reece Smith. Great footy. Hunter Staples take a bow. Just to repeat what happened, you saw it beautifully, Norm. He got in the way of the Riley Mulquinny attempted mark. He effected the spoil, got the crumb, took the game on, and then this assist to Reece Smith. So he'll kick Reece Smith for his second goal if he converts to the Forest Street end. Off the right boot. Steady approach. Not the best finish and just a behind.
Geez, they're going to have to kick them, Norm.
They are. They can be costly later in the game. You get them straight in front, 40 metres out. You should make the most of it. But that was good work by Staples then. Lovely centering kick when he could have gone towards goal.
All tied up. Blanford will kick it in from fullback for the Storm. He trots out from fullback, then a short pass. Oh, was it the ankles? His teammate made him work. That was Behrens. Then they work it to the outer side wing, but a mark's been taken, intercepted by Hartley of the Magpies.
He goes express up the corridor, searching for Brad Keogh. Ball knocked away from him. Comes to Ned Hayes. Driving hand pass back up towards centre wing. Bolter. Darby Simmons also there. Neither side can get clean use of the footy. Does it spill out? No, it doesn't. Bolter is tackled and we'll have a ball up. Centre wing, Railway side. 7-6-48 apiece, as Johnny alluded to. This is a fantastic contest. The premiership term, as it's known in country footy, as the ball's paddled forward by Hartley. Kick inside 50 now. They want it, the Magpies. Jack Chester. Ball went past him. Doherty, close to the boundary line, is able to work it out. And we'll have a boundary throw-in 25 metres away from the Magpies' goal mouth. In fact, a free kick has been picked out, Johnny, and I think it's Bodie Robinson.
Yes, insufficient attempt with the handball.
So Bodie Robinson, he will have a pin, I sense. Can he get it? It would be incredible if he does. He's hit the woodwork. And just a behind. 7-7-49. The Magpies, Strathfieldsaye, 7-6-48. Score sponsor, Jason Westcott Builder.
That's the fourth that's hit the woodwork during the day for both sides, two apiece.
You're right, Norman. Did you like that at ground level, Cam? We saw a insufficient attempt. As I get back to Cam there, he's smiling down there. I can see from eye to eye now.
Yeah, you don't see them pay very often. We know it's a bit of a pet peeve of mine, but we did see one there, so I'm all for bringing that in and keeping the ball moving more in Bendigo footy.
A pet peeve? God, they have to get you an intervention order. As the ball is now with the Storm, with Blandford who received.
It frees up the play so much more, though, when they do call those obvious ones. And, I mean, there is plenty of them that we do see on a week-to-week basis.
I know, but the umpires in Bendigo, and I've repeated this before, they have told us that they're loath to pay it. So I know it's
I'm marching into the AFL-CV house next year and making sure that's changed to be in Bendigo footy.
Charles Dole now.
About to get a possession here.
In the back zone. And you dropped it. Radcliffe picks it up now for the Storm. Goes around the corner a little bit. His target there was Chambers, got a one-hander. Then he picked it up. He might get collared here. Good, strong tackling by William Marr. In fact, it's Darby Simmons.
Yep.
Darby Simmons came from nowhere and just nailed him, Jackson.
He did indeed. Darby Simmons, you called it beautifully, Johnny. Half back for the Magpies, hugs the boundary line with a kick. He wants Brad Keogh, won't find him though. Instead he gets the big man, Ned Hayes of the Strathfieldsaye Storm, who I like immensely with that frizzy hair in the number 76 jersey. That's one less than what you used to wear, Johnny, isn't it?
It is, yeah, one less.
As Hayes goes long up to half forward, high ball, Shiska got hands to it, couldn't complete the grab. Chance though for Air to clear, he does so with success and finds Brodie Byrne for the Magpies centre wing.
Turns and goes. His target will be Hickey. Hickey's been pretty good, but he was out of position and it was marked by Doherty, who's been good. Dangerously into the corridor, aggressive but effective. Lawrence now spreads it further wide. Now they look to build something here, the Storm. I like it when they get aggressive like this, but Jones has slowed things down. He probably should have marched on, but didn't. Now he goes. Long, shallow it'll be. Inside forward 50. Air of the Magpies. Big fist from behind. Charles of the Storm wins it. Handballs it into a pack of players. And we will have a stoppage. In fact, is that going to be a free kick?
Sling tackle.
Oh, sling tackle. I thought it was for hold. I thought, boy, oh boy, that's tough. We've probably seen worse than that this afternoon, Norm, haven't we?
I think we have, John, but just he went down hard, and I think the umpires saw that.
So the man with the footy with the free kick, it was Stevens. He was in a pack of players when the handball came, and that's when he got collared. Didn't have any time to get rid of it. That's why I thought it was tough to be called that way, which it wasn't. It was a sling tackle. This will be an important kick. 45-degree angle in front of the canteen where Ladies' Day in the bar is in progress. He goes long and kicks a goal. Important goal. An important time in this game. Score sponsor, Parsons Towing in Castlemaine. Live 25, local fresh footy. That takes the Storm 8-6-54 to Castlemaine 7-7-49. We're midway through this third term, live 25, local fresh footy.
Yes, you mentioned Ned Hayes there before, Jackson. I've liked the way he's gone about it this quarter. Once they get Hosking back in, they'll have a good tandem ruck duel there at Strath, because he doesn't only do the ruck work, he gets down and has second efforts and does a lot of groundwork.
Strathfieldsaye in this term have kicked 2 goals, 1. Castlemaine 3 behinds. I notice a fan club emerging for you there, Johnny. 2 in front of our broadcast position.
Yeah.
Bolter takes it out of the ruck, goes for Hartley across half forward. Off hands, the crumb. It's picked up by Jack Bell. He clears, wanting Jai Stevens, who just kicked that last goal off hands. And out of bounds at Wade Street in Golden Square. Could an upset be brewing? Golden Square 6-5-41, leading inaccurate. Gisborne 4-11-35. A kick the difference, the square lead at home.
Ball is thrown in. Bolter doing the ruck work. Front of the pack, a whistle. Might be Hunter Lawrence with a free kick. Might have been a hold. He's on, 10 metres in from the boundary line. On half-back, short pass up the line. Swimming pool side, finds Charles. Charles now just unsure where to go. Now he kicks down the line. It's a poor, ugly kick, and he's kicked it straight to the opposition and coughed it up. So it's now with the Magpies. Just slow bit of play. Long kick to the wing. Watson was in the pack. Comes off his hand, spills to the front, and Lester is away for the Storm.
He is. He's got Dolan support. Also, Hunter Lawrence kick inside 50. Players loose. One of them, Dole. He can't get to the footy first. The Magpies defend well. Leading the way, Jack Sutherland. Appeal for holding the ball. Umpire says no. And we'll have a ball up 20 metres away from Storm's goal mouth. So you can sense the excitement in
that
this
second
contest.
tackle there, it was the first tackle was good, but the second one may have well been holding the ball, but not to be. Half-time MCD for Natty Bialba 7-2-44 to Denali 3-7-25.
Deep in attack, thanks to Cam Power at ground level for the Storm. Umpire will ball it up. Long shadows here at the camp reserve. Bolter wins the tap. He puts it in the path of Reece Jenkins, and he stepped over the line as he kicked it. And the boys are getting to know themselves a little bit better through Jordan Wilson and Reece Jenkins as the umpire says, give me the footy back and we'll ball it in. As Reece Jenkins had stepped over the line. So deep in the forward pocket to the club room's end. Jingle Street side. 10 metres, 20 metres around from goal. Umpire will throw it in. It'll be Bolter. He's up against Brereton of the Storm. Ground level. Charles tries to emerge. Umpire's letting it go. Oh, Will Moran is collared as he picked up the footy. Then the ball spills. Umpire's letting it go. Nuttall picks it up for the Magpies, and he stepped over the boundary line in the opposite back pocket, right in front of the Castlemaine Football Netball Club Rooms, where the Ladies' Day is in progress. We'll have a ball in, and they're witnessing a good game of footy here at the Camp Reserve. 49 playing 54 Castlemaine Trail.
And they've got a beautiful view at the moment as they sip away on their champagnes as Blandford gets boot to ball to the tip of the goal square. Shiska off hands, it'll go out of bounds. It was opposed well by Brodie Byrne, who ensured it wouldn't go through for another major. So a 5-point lead to Strathfieldsaye at the moment. Entertaining clash. 16 minutes gone, third term. This is a thrilling contest. Live 25, local fresh footy. Delightful to bring it to you on this Saturday afternoon. Toe poke forward from the Strathfieldsaye Storm, but it was off hands and a rushed behind. So 6 points the lead now. 8-7-55 plays 7-7-49.
Simmons played on from full-back and kicked it to the railway side, and he spots up Air of Castlemaine on defensive 50. Right hard up against the boundary line underneath the canteen. Now he goes to the wing. They'll set themselves. Good punch from behind by Dole of the Storm. Then a hurried kick. Storm move it nicely, but a poor kick. Intercepting mark by Air. Air of Castlemaine. Racking up the possessions this afternoon. He's a tall man on the left. He'll kick it to the wing. They'll set themselves. Bolter, a little bit of a push. The umpire, I don't know how he didn't see it. Probably should have been a free kick. Storm wasn't. Goes over the boundary line. The Castlemaine crowd in front of me don't like what I'm saying, but they got their way in the end. Ball in, outer side. 49 playing 55. The Storm lead. 3/4 through this three-quarter time. Did that make sense, Jacko?
Somewhat. So we'll let the listeners be the adjudicators of that. As on centre wing, it's a bit of a scrappy affair, and it works towards half forward for Castlemaine. And now it's in the arms of Jed Daniels. Hand pass to Blandford. This is an exciting passage of play. It's toward half forward. Dole gets it, but he's tackled beautifully by Jack Nuttall. And the ball goes no further forward for the Storm. Jack Nuttall take a bow. That was great to watch.
Yeah, pressure from both sides this quarter's been immense. You can't get an easy kick.
Ruckwork Doherty doing well this afternoon, liking the game he's putting in. As well, a little bit of going on the outer side, but they'll sort themselves, the boys at ground level. Umpire Norton says, I'm going to ball it up. Outer side wing, railway side. Bolter used his body, then had a fresh air kick. Then Hartley, a little toe poke, might have been in danger. It was, you can't do that. Leicester, handballs there to Riley Wilson. Riley Wilson of the Storm. Inside forward 50. They'll set themselves. Byrne might have pushed.
No, Freddie Castlemaine.
They both doing it, were they?
Yep.
Byrne and Brereton, but back of the pack is Sutherland of the Magpies has got a free kick.
He does, and he goes wide to half back, and he finds Will Moran. So Moran has got it for Castlemaine. And he assesses options, conservatively goes down the line, wants Josh Eyre, put his body underneath it, ball fist away from him, and out of bounds. Will have a boundary throw-in. Score reads Castlemaine 7-7-49. They trail Strathfieldsaye 8-7-55. 6 points is the margin. The visitors on top.
So, true centre wing. Umpire will ball it in. Jingle Street side. Perfect conditions of the camp reserve. Bolter used his body, but Doherty, who's probably got on top in this second half of this game. At the back of the pack was Lurkin, was Will Moran, who received a handball. And it might not have even been a handball. It might have been a throw.
From Michael Hartley there, and umpire John Norton standing right there was right on top of that one.
Jai Stevens of the Storm might have come off hands as he kicked it. Now it's McConaughey. That's Ben to Hartley. McConaughey gets it back, the old 1-2. Storm have upped the ante here. Winning it again is Doherty. He must be a candidate for our Bendigo City Framers Sponsors Award Best on Ground this afternoon as he puts it to the top of the goal square. Riley Wilson has slung around as he kicked it to Shishka, hard up against the boundary. He looks inboard. He's got a player. Did it go the distance? It did, and it's Stevens who takes a mark. And another important kick for the Storm here as they could extend the lead.
Beautifully called, Johnny, and just in the right place at the right time was Jai Stevens. Very unselfish too of Shishka. He could have had an erratic shot, but he laid it off.
Tight angle. Won't be a problem the distance. Just needs to kick through the footy. And he shields his eyes as he kicked it. And he likes the result because he looks up and they're all celebrating as the Storm, an important goal in an important quarter in this game, which is looking to shape the final 5 in the Bendigo Football Netball League. Score sponsor, Aussie Disposals, Live 25, local fresh footy. It'll take the Storm to 9-7-61. They lead Castlemaine 7-7-49. In red time, third term, and yeah, boy oh boy, good kick at goal, Norm.
Excellent kick at goal there, John. And Strath this quarter, they've upped the pressure, they've upped the ante. Since the early part of this, the start of this quarter, Castlemaine have only been forward twice and have got a couple of points. Strath have been down there 8 times for 3 goals.
Hayes taps it down, then got the crumb, hand passed it forward, but the ball went into dispute and will have a ball up. Incidentally, no goal has been kicked by Castlemaine in this term down to the boundary.
And that last goal was Jai Stevens' first goal in senior football as well for Strathfieldsaye.
Oh, you picked up that a couple of times this afternoon, Cameron.
But that's his second for the day.
It is indeed, as the kick inside 50 by Stevens goes to centre half forward, kick around the body.
His second first goal.
It's wrapped up. Very nicely put, Johnny. And Campower on the ball too in various ways on the boundary.
First goal in the third term.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, gee.
Who's got it?
You're a funny man. As it's at half back, and it's Hunter Staples who's got it for the Castlemaine Magpies. We'll bring some sense back into this broadcast, Johnny, as Bolter helps to get it up towards half forward. The Magpies, they desperately need a goal. A goal here would give them a great confidence boost as Hartley around the body goes up towards our broadcast position. And the ball goes out of bounds. We'll have it tossed back in. I did indeed.
Right in front of us in the broadcast truck. Our truck sponsor, the Love Shack Brewery in Castlemaine this afternoon. We thank them very much. As all our sponsors bringing us here at the Camp Reserve, bringing you all the action as Bolter. I'm going to take this, Jacko, because I can't get any closer. If I can't see it here, I'm never going to see it. But it was a fresh airy. Hunter Lawrence overruns the footy, the Storm. Robinson picks it up now. In fact, it was Chester. Jack Chester goes to the hot spot. Good kick, aggressive kick. Didn't quite mark it there. It was Eyre. Picked up by Hartley, goes around the body. and sneaks it through for a minor score, which it takes that to 7-8-50, trailing the Storm 9-7-61.
3-2 to 4 behinds in this term as Strathfieldsaye work it out of the defensive zone through Jai Chambers to half back. Jed Daniels, who has been good today, goes wide for Lester. Jack Lester. No one's on the mark, but he's not wanting to play on just yet. Sensible decision, you'd have to say, because he had little option, so he wanted to make the best decision. And he just hoists the kick high, about 50 metres down the line, off hands. It'll fall to ground level. Bodie Robinson for Castlemaine. Siren sounds and Castlemaine goalless in this third term. So they're 7-8-50. They trail the Strathfieldsaye Storm 9-7-61. It is an 11-point lead to the Storm at the last change. But Castlemaine still very much in this contest. It's at home. Anything is possible. The last term is coming up. Live 25, local fresh footy.
Doing it for our community. Local first. Bendigo's Fresh FM. It's driving too late.
What did you have him down for the goal? Oh, that's all right. No, that was my trip. They threw you under the goal. So my trip is work. It's nice. I didn't have him this summer. But I know my trip.
Here's the picture. Picture Art Plus and Bendigo City Framers are now one massive business offering you even greater opportunities. Enjoy the same fantastic staff and service that brings your innovative designs to life. You can frame your memories or explore other stunning artwork. Plus there's wall art, framing options and convenient parking right at the door. Fresh sponsor located at 88 Garcead Street, Bendigo on the corner of Arthur Street. Got the picture?
Fresh sponsor.
Keep the plasterers getting things done. Harry the bricklayer's under control. And Tyler the tiler, well, he's not worried, because they went to Butte Trace. Right, fellas? Yeah. Now with new owners, Butte Trace does steel and aluminium new trays, canopies, toolboxes, sandblasting, powder coating and more. Expertly welded with the right materials and delivered statewide. Don't settle for a good tray, demand a Butte tray. Right, fellas? Yeah. Butte Trace, Allen Street, Bendigo, or buttetrace.com.au.
Fresh sponsor Parsons Towing Castlemaine is a 24/7 towing service covering all your towing needs, from accidents to breakdowns. Parsons Towing can handle anything from cars, trucks, buses, machinery, containers, even motorcycles. Parsons Towing is a family-owned business that understands the importance of prompt, professional service. Parsons Towing has now joined the team at Bellevue Panels in Bendigo, covering a larger area. To get you back on track anytime, anywhere. ParsonsMotorbody.com.au.
Lauki's new high-protein bread and specialty mixes are crafted to make healthy eating simple. Packed with goodness and made for convenience, these mixes are perfect for boosting your daily protein, whether you're staying active, watching your macros, or just baking better at home. Lauki High Protein, made with quality Australian wheat and no preservatives. Yeast sachet included. Live local football and fresh event sponsor. Lauki is available from the flour aisle in Woolworths. Business sponsor.
Where do I get my outdoor gear? Aussie Disposals, it's all here. Aussie Disposals, it's all here. Skiing pants and fishing rods. Skiing pants and fishing rods. Aussie Disposals has the lot. Aussie Disposals.
Central Victoria radio stations love local footy. Not some, only one. Bendigo's Fresh FM. We do love local footy.
Final quarter, sponsored by Lauki Flour Mills.
Thanks to local footy sponsor, more live Bendigo football. And now it's time to fire up delicious Don Footy Franks. They're made for the footy. Is Don, is good.
Live 25 local fresh footy. Three-quarter time here at Camp Reserve, and it is an 11-point lead to Strathfieldsaye, 9-7-61 to Castlemaine, 7-8-50. As we head down to the boundary, and Cameron Power has Brent Fitzpatrick.
Who to get going in the final quarter here?
We've got to get the ball going a bit more direct and kick goals. Obviously, we're a couple down, so we need to get that margin back and then get in front. The pressure on them defensively has been okay, and we're forcing them to kick long, and we don't want them going short. So we've just got to try and stop their short ones, get the heavy tackles in, get possession of the ball and go forward as quick as we can. Ayre and Hartley are going to start forward, so hopefully we can get some conversion out of those two.
Looked like the mids were on top really in the first quarter, but probably not so much in that third quarter.
No, the big fella on our ruckman's probably being countered by theirs at the moment, so he's given them first control of it, so we're going to get back in there as well.
No worries, thanks, and all the best for the final quarter.
Thank you.
Brett Fitzpatrick, assistant coach of Castlemaine with Cameron Power Live 25 local fresh footy. We'll keep our eyes peeled to Norm for our sponsored Best on Ground award today by Bendigo City Framers. Goal kickers to three-quarter time for Strathfieldsaye. James Shiska has 3, 2 each to Jed Brereton and Jai Stevens, 1 each to Riley Wilson and Tice Griffin. For Castlemaine, all individual goal scorers: Michael Hartley, Brodie Byrne, Jack Chester, Reece Smith, Brad Keogh, Hunter Staples and Dylan Hickey. In the other Bendigo Footy League game, it's Gisborne by 3 points over Golden Square. 7-11 plays 7-8. Last term getting underway. Live 25 local fresh footy. Ball's thrown up. It's knocked down. Bolter taps it and the Storm get the take out. Long ball inside 50. Intended for Jed Brereton, who's taken the grab. And an early goal here would really hurt Castlemaine. Wants Shiska, finds him. Great mark. 25 metres out from goal, directly in front.
Yes, good work by Strathfieldsaye there. Quick kick out of the centre square. Found Brett, who used his body well, and on to Shiska. And as I've said throughout the game, these are the two boys they've been missing this year. Both been out injured, both back in recent weeks, and adding a little bit to Strath.
For his fourth goal, and to stretch the lead to 17, Shiska nails it. 10-7-67, the Strathfieldsaye Storm. Castlemaine 7-8-50. Score sponsor Aussie Disposals and Norm Jenkin on Live 25 local fresh footy. Can Castlemaine come back from here?
Well, they've certainly got the players out there. They've shown during the day that when they move the ball well, they can. It's a matter of they've got to get first use out of a centre, and as we heard from Brett Fitzpatrick, that Ned Hayes had started to get on top of Boulder, and that happened at the start of that quarter.
Back in the middle. Castlemaine need to get a couple of quick ones just to give themselves that confidence to kick on in this final term. Up in the ruck, doing a great job this afternoon is Hayes against Bolter. Watson overruns the footy there for Castlemaine. Harrison Sheen offers support, then the ball goes wide to Moran. Will Moran now off half back. Hartley's the target. Hands on football. It spills to the front, and we're all tied up. Hartley followed up his own ball, but Blanford was the man that got in the way, and we'll have another ball up. 70 from goal. Castlemaine in attack. Bolter, the big ruckman. Hands on footy. Did well, though, was Hayes again for the Storm. Ball spills to the outer side. Hurried kip by Jones. Jones to the wing. Brodie Byrne picks it up for Castlemaine. Almost up the chimney again, Jackson. Up the chimney and over the fence and into the creek, and it's out of bounds on the fall.
That could have gone in the steam train chimney had it been.
Is it called a chimney? I don't know if it is.
No, it probably isn't.
Smokestack.
Up the smokestack, into the smokestack.
About that a bit later, as the kick from Strathfieldsaye comes towards Shiska again, who I think will be given a free kick for a hold. He is.
Geez, he's been prominent this afternoon, hasn't he?
He's been fantastic. As Shiska's kick, going back with great courage, was Hunter Staples. Take a bow. He intercepted, got the crumb and did everything, but the kick didn't work out to his favour on that occasion. It's been chopped off by the Strathfieldsaye Storm, and they'll send it long and deep in through Hugh Behrens. He wants, again, Hunter Staples was there, so to Ayre, and he was pushing the back. So he'll take the free kick. In fact, it's William Marks who goes wide to half back, and the Magpies will look to clear.
Gives it to Will Moran. Will Moran was lateral. He's been good this afternoon, Will, as well. as he now will go long. Out of side. Up they'll go. They'll set themselves. Robinson, unrealistic attempt, but it didn't matter anyway because Hayes, the big ruckman, took a good strong mark of the Storm. Then dishes off a handball to Ratcliffe, who goes long. Inside forward 50, the Storm now. Bracken is at the back of the pack for Castlemaine. Sweeping handball to Simmons. Puts him under the pump. Simmons shows composure. Gives it back to Bracken, who ran on. Bracken around the body on the left. Underneath the footy, all players except for Riley Wilson, who was smart enough to collect. Short pass into the bread basket. Hits up a teammate in Stevens.
In those blue boots, Jai Stevens. He's kicked 2 today. Assesses options. Unfortunate the result for the Storm. Chopped off by Reece Jenkins, who's got it in the defensive zone. Back pocket, broadcast side for the Magpies. Gingell Street side, he goes to half back. Play on, says the umpire. No one gets clean use of the footy. Josh Eyre gets it eventually. Check side kick off the left. Interesting, but it works beautifully. Straight to Michael Hartley. Hand pass inside. Bodie Robinson leaves the footy behind. Collected by Riley Wilson. He clears and goes to centre wing for Jed Daniels.
Daniels, can he collect it? He does, in front of Moran. Then he just straightens and comes inboard to Hunter Lawrence. Straightened up nicely. Into the corridor. Now short pass. Castlemaine need to pick up here. They're not. Bell, sweeping handball to Blanford. He'll go now long for the Storm. Awkward looking ball. Bounces over the head to Geordie Wilson, who was standing unattended. He was probably fortunate where he was and didn't make the most of it and kicked a minor score. So that'll now take the Storm to 10-8-68 to Castlemaine. 7-8-50 score. Sponsor Don Smallgoods. Is Don is good. Live 25 local fresh footy. We've only gone a couple of minutes in this last term. Jackson's getting there.
It is. Darby Simmons will bring the ball back into play. Morong 15-9-99. Lead Mitiamo 3-5-23. The Neck Grand Memorial Clash at Malone Park this afternoon. The kick from Simmons had too much height on it for Jenkins. And now free kick for a hold to Jenkins. It was against Strathfieldsaye's Jed Brereton. Jenkins goes to Watson at centre half back. Kick. Well, just worked out for Bracken, who took the grab across half back. Goes wide. William Marks hugs the boundary line for the kick all the way up towards half forward. Clubroom side. Ball lost in the sun there for a moment. Storm gets it back. Kick to half forward, and James Shiska has it. Will make it centre wing.
He's good, Shiska, this afternoon. It's a bullet ball to Geordie Wilson on half forward. Left half forward now. Stands up quickly. Wants to move the footy. He did, but Sutherland intercepts for the Magpies. Sutherland on the left now. He looked up, and it was a poor option, I reckon, in the end. It was to the advantage of Dole, who was in front of Robinson, and Dole takes a good contested mark. Dole... Now, he'll go inside forward 50, front position. Shishka asked for a free kick as it hit his hands. It was a little bit comical, to be honest, and it didn't come about. And it will be a ball up inside forward 50, the Storm in attack.
They are indeed. Another goal here would be almost final nails in the coffin for me. I don't think Castlemaine could come back if they were to extend the lead even more. So 10-8-68 plays Castlemaine, 7-8-50. 18 points is the lead to the Strathfieldsaye Storm. Leicester goes in hard. It's going to go into dispute and we'll have another ball up. North Central Footy League, three-quarter time scores. It's Wedderburn by 16 points over Boort. Calder United 111 over Charlton 28. And Sea Lake Nandali Tigers by 146 points over Donald.
Right in front of us. Leicester keeps it in for the Storm, keeps it alive. Blanford received the footy and then kicked it long inside forward 50. Front and centre, Darby Simmons been good this afternoon. Oh, nailed Hunter Staples. And I don't know if he had prior, but he did try to fend off a little. Sometimes they call it as prior. Could have gone either way, Norm.
No, he's going to have a ball up here.
Yeah, but it could
have gone either way, you're right.
Yeah, just probably wasn't enough time. As now inside forward 50. Geordie Wilson will track the footy. Tries to pick it up but can't. Hurriedly picked up by John Watson of the Magpies. Poor kick in the end. Turnover. Paddy Blanford marks it for the Storm.
I thought it was touched off the boot, but he's been paid the mark nevertheless. So Blanford has that extra moment to ponder possibilities. 18 points is the lead for his side. Blandford inside 50 for the Storm. High kick and surely a hold. And it is a free kick going the way of Jed Brereton, who was in the front position. And this could prove deadly. If he kicks this, Jed Brereton, it'll be his third of the afternoon, but more importantly, the 11th for the Strathfieldsaye Storm to give them a 4-goal straight lead.
MCDFNL 3/4 time. Talbot 12-6-78. Navarre 3-6-24.
We thank all that are sending through scores for us this afternoon on Live 25 Local Fresh Footy. Jed Brereton and Sam Heavyside, they're urging him on. Others trying to distract him. Brereton off the right boot. He's missed to the right-hand side and just a behind. Some interesting sledging there, Johnny, but part of the spirit of Aussie rules footy.
Yeah, it could be a handy point. That takes it to 19 points, so it's got to be 4 goals for Castlemaine. As the ball went beyond 50, it hit Bell, and Bell couldn't mark it.
Yeah, the Castlemaine boys have got to take more possession, and they've got to keep possession when they're kicking forward. They've got to take more control in what they're doing.
To be honest, haven't really looked like in this final term as yet, Norm, but still a long way to go as yet. As Shishka's in the area as the ball comes inside forward 50. Ground level. Oh, emerging with a footy. I reckon it might be a shot at goal through Geordie Wilson, but a mark's been taken right on the goal line. It will be the Storm, and Jed Brereton is the man with a footy. And, well, don't even bother. Just write it down. He can't miss. Surely not.
I reckon you could call this nearly with your eyes closed, Johnny, and still be right.
He's a pebble out from the goals, isn't he? Wouldn't even be a pebble. Might be a grain of salt.
Got some 3/4 time scores in the Heathcote Footy League as well. Mount Pleasant 16-13, 109 to Huntley 4-8-32. Colbo 21-17, 143 to White Hills 3-3-21.
As Brereton does exactly that, he kicks the goal for the Storm, which makes it difficult for Castlemaine. It'll take it to 11-9-75. They lead Castlemaine by 25 points, 7-8-50, almost midway through this final term. Score sponsor, Aussie Disposals, Live 25, Local Fresh Footy.
Yes, the Castlemaine Football Club now, they've got to get first use out of the centre. They've got to take ownership of this football, hit up teammates and get the ball into their forward 50. They haven't had one forward 50 entry this quarter. Strathfieldsaye have had 8 and been able to keep the ball in there when they get it in.
I think you put some mayonnaise on that description. It was a bit further than a pebble out from goal. I'd say about 5 metres, Johnny, let alone a grain of salt. Don't
let the facts get in the way of a good story, Jackson.
Hunter Staples goes to half forward and finds John Watson, who's kick inside 50. Wants Josh Eyre. They've slung him forward. Could he be the match winner? I think it's too late, though. He gives it off to Marks. Kick partially smothered off the boot. It'll fall short, off hands. In fact, out of bounds on the full. And a penalty free kick to the Strathfieldsaye Storm. In theory, I like your principle, but as a former journalist, Johnny, I think the truth is paramount.
Oh, you think so? I've told you a million times not to exaggerate, Jackson. As the ball goes, well, it's a mark contested by the Storm. And, geez, they're dominating at the moment. Doherty, he's been good. Took it right, a pebble out from the boundary line. On the outer side, that probably was a pebble. As Shiska was held by Byrne as he tried to contest the mark on the wing. And he'll get a free kick. Is he? He's definitely a candidate, isn't he, for our Bendigo?
He's got to be in the running at somewhere along the line.
We need to award that shortly because we'll get our man on the boundary line, Cam Power, to get the winner and the recipient of that award. As Shishka went to Jones. Jones back, and they're just toying with Castlemaine at the moment. Daniels, short pass, Shishka. Ringer, Rosies, we go around here. As another effective possession to Chambers. Chambers spreads it wide, probably too cute in the end. Did really well was Chester, but they still coughed it up. They got the numbers. Blandford on the end of a kick, and then comes further afield to Leicester. Right in front of us, the broadcast truck, our sponsor, Love Shack in Castlemaine.
The Storm style of play at the moment reminds me of something, although it's been stolen by Hunter Staples. It's almost like a cat playing with a live mouse.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
The last couple of minutes. But Staples is giving it a crack as he has all day. He clears up to half back. Ball goes back, though, to the Storm. They'll send it up to half forward. Surely a free kick for Zach Charles. He was caught high and he's got it across half forward. He got it from Riley Wilson there. Progress score in the Loddon Valley Football League. Inglewood 8-9-57. Lead Maiden Galley 3-12-30. 27 points the Blues lead by. The Eagles, though, with their chances, inaccurate in that contest. Kick inside 50. It's close to the boundary line. There is Riley Wilson. Stolen, though, for the Magpies. Hartley gets it, clears. For how long is the question? Has Jack Chester. He loses control of the footy. Ben Lester gets in the way. And we'll have a ball up as the ball goes into dispute.
70 metres from goal, right in front of us, broadcast side. Storm in attack. Umpire will throw it up. It'll be Hartley doing the ruck work, and he socketed out of mid-air. It unfortunately went to the opposition in Jones. Jones with the Storm, inside forward 50 it goes. Contested ground level. Riley Wilson on the end of a handball and shoots at goal that is wide and goes through for a minor score. So that'll take it to 11-10-76. As we're discussing, and we will need to get to it, but our Bendigo City Framers, our sponsors award for $100. Jackson, will come to you shortly. I'm going to take control here. I'll need to get you to give us who you think might be the winner.
Well, I think James Shiska's been very good up forward with his 4 goals, so he's my preferred option so far.
Cam Powell will be at ground level, and whoever is the recipient of that award, he'll get that player on air so we can have a chat to them. Great award. He's been with us for the second year now, Bendigo City Framers. That sponsors $100 voucher award.
We do appreciate the support of all of our sponsors on Live 25 local fresh footy. Strathfieldsaye work it to half forward. Jai Stevens, who's got 2, helps to get it to Hunter Lawrence. Snap around the body. Wants Shiska. His hand pass goes to Zach Charles. Off by hand once more. Wilson is there. He may have been caught high. Umpire said no. Free kick, though, for a throw. It's against Strathfieldsaye. Hunter Staples is the recipient for the Castlemaine Magpies, and he is anxious to get things moving quickly. Hartley wants it long. The defensive side of centre wing, Railway's side, instead he goes shorter. Harrison Sheehan had it fisted away from him. Great interception for the Strathfieldsaye Storm. Kick up towards Shisk at the tip of the goal square. He gets boot to ball and nails it from about 20 pebbles out from goal. About a metre that is, or 20 pebbles by John Hunter's description. And Strathfieldsaye with Shiska's 5th go to 12-10-82. Castlemaine 7-8-50. A 32-point lead to the visitors. Score sponsor, Bendigo City Framers, Live 25 local fresh footy.
Yeah, good intercept there by Jack Bell. He was able to get the ball away from Castlemaine opponent. Keep control of it along the boundary line. Kick it into Shiska in the goal square, who controlled it from his from the air down to ground and then kicked off the ground.
Back in the centre, Hayes was beaten decisively. Staples overruns it, leaves the footy behind. Lester has battled hard all day, has support from Riley Wilson. Hand pass goes astray. Quick boot to ball by Hunter Lawrence. You sense an avalanche could be coming here by the Storm. Chopped off, though, by Brodie Byrne. To centre wing, finds Ben McConaughey by hand. They take the game on to the Magpies. They need to. They've got nothing to lose. Kick up towards centre half forward. Midway stages last term. Josh Eyre hand passes it inside 50. Stolen, though, by Dole across half back. Lanfranchi for the Storm clears up to half back and the ball goes out of bounds. We'll have it tossed back in. 32 points. Norm, Castlemaine trail by 17 minutes gone. Any chance?
Not at this stage, I don't think. Jackson, they just can't, when they get hold of the football, they're not able to control it and keep hold of it.
It would be an absolute miracle, I agree. They need 6 unanswered goals and they need to keep Strathfieldsaye essentially scoreless. It's not going to happen, I suspect. Ball to be thrown up. And field umpire John Norton picks out.
This will help a free kick to Hartley.
It will.
Because we've had 12 inside 50 entries for Strath this quarter, and Castlemaine have only had 2 up to date. And when Strath get it in there, they've been able to hold it in.
Starting to cool down on the boundary too. The players will be looking forward to a warm shower as the kick to half forward for Strathfieldsaye is fisted away from the intended target, Jed Brereton. He's been good today. He's kicked 3 goals, but he doesn't give up, Brereton. He now gets hands to it. He gives the hand pass to Riley Wilson, and players present for him, left, right and centre. It's a chance for Stevens. He's tackled, and he'll be penalised for holding the ball. Wonderful effort across half-back by the Magpies, Jack Nuttall.
Nuttall will go further afield. He finds Jack Chester. Chester now, short pass, poor kick. Straight to Paddy Blanford of the Storm, who's standing in front of the timekeeper's box on the Jingle Street wing. Looks further afield. Players shielding the sun from their eyes. Over the top, short pass, receive Hunter Lawrence. Been good this afternoon for the Storm. Lawrence looks inboard, decides against it. He's asked to play on. Now he does. Oh, now he goes handball to Geordie Wilson. A little bit awkward this. Inboard, Hunter Lawrence received again. Then copped the ball inside forward 50. Hartley shielded his eyes. He was okay. Gives it to Eyre. Eyre there goes to Staples. Staples back to Eyre. Kicks it off the ground. In fact, it was Marks. Then it was rebounded footy by Mulquinny. Mulquinny goes inside forward 50. And it hits up Jai Stevens. And we'll have a shot at goal pretty much directly in front.
Exciting passage of play and an exciting finish at Wade Street.
Is that his first goal, Cam?
It's a goal, the difference. Gisborne 8-11-59 to Golden Square 7-11-53.
And it's a goal here. And it's all over, she wrote. As Stevens gets another one, his first on the board this afternoon, Cameron. His third first goal, in fact it is, as they go further ahead the Storm. Making a bit of a mark on this game now. That is 12-10-82 to 7-8-50. Castlemaine haven't scored a goal since three-quarter time. Our score sponsor, Parsons Towing, Live 25, local fresh footy.
I will say I did my stats pre-game. He hadn't had a goal in senior football heading into today. He's now got 3.
He has.
And we'll just correct you there, John. Castlemaine haven't had a goal since half-time. Yes, they haven't had one in the last quarter. They didn't get one in the third quarter either.
I was right, even though I was wrong.
You were right and wrong.
Yes, that's right.
We're good at throwing our peers under the bus today, it seems. Ball's thrown up back in the centre. And it's a chance for the Strathfieldsaye Storm. Chambers takes it inside 50. Shiska's marked. 40 metres out from goal. And he can line up for his 6th. And what a spectacular display it has been by this man. A beautiful story too. He played his first game of footy last week since round 14, 2024. He's had 2 broken legs, and this is a story of incredible resilience and strength. And his goal kicking today has been dazzlingly delightful. He has kicked 6 this afternoon, and Strathfieldsaye have their 14th. 14 goals, 10-94. Castlemaine, 7-8-50. Score sponsor, Parsons Towings, Live 25, local fresh footy.
And Strath have owned this last quarter. They've controlled the football. They've had 15 inside 50s, and in that time they have kicked 5 goals, 3.
It's like a different game the second half, and particularly the last turn.
Yep.
Impressive performance here by the Storm. Lester won it from the middle, then just coughed it up. Air grab without the footy for the Magpies, and he will get a free kick. So Air, he's been pretty good this afternoon. Haven't minded his game. Josh Air, as he'll go long, he'll go inside forward 50. They'll set themselves, pack forms, ground level, 30 metres out from home for Castlemaine, who are in attack. Now, Bendigo City Framers Sponsorship Award, $100 voucher, best on ground. I reckon we've almost got it nailed here. And Cam Power at ground level?
I'm just looking at the game, at the other game at the moment. It's a 1-goal lead to Gisborne in the last quarter, but that is very significant because with Strathfieldsaye winning here, if Golden Square aren't able to win, that gap will go out to a 2-game lead with 2 rounds to go from 5th to 6th. But if Golden Square can come back and win that one, they'll be well in the hunt for that 5th spot. But it's only 1 goal difference, so I'll keep you updated on that game out at Wade Street.
Cam Power down on the boundary. I noticed that last train had 5 carriages. That's good, probably transporting all of the Collingwood supporters out of central Victoria. They've got the game tonight down in Melbourne. We'll go through for a rush behind against Brisbane. 2v3. Had to throw that one in, Johnny.
Where are they taking them to, Jacko?
Well, hopefully...
It was going towards Melbourne.
Hopefully to the city.
To the MCG.
Not back. So...
You said you are transporting them out.
Out of country Victoria.
Gone.
That's right. Well, it's about that time. The game's at 7:30 tonight. Meantime, it's across half-back land. Frankie chips it over the top and does well. Finds Dole for the Strathfieldsaye Storm. He hugs the boundary line and then goes more centrally, wanting Shiska. I can understand why. He's kicked 6 goals. Hand pass to the run of a teammate. Flying shot at goal. They have got another beautiful finish from the Strathfieldsaye Storm. And it's Ben Lester that has... No, it's not Ben Lester. Hugh Behrens.
So I got a big finger. I was pointing at it for you.
Okay. And Behrens has kicked it. Comedy of errors here.
Threw you under a bus
Behrens
then, Jackson.
Has nailed it. 15-10, 100. It's a neat score. 7-9-51, Castlemaine. Live 25, local fresh footy. Score sponsor, Aussie Disposals.
Yes, it's been an excellent last quarter of football from Strathfieldsaye. They've shown us what they may be able to do come September up on the QEO.
Absolutely. They're a quality side as Hayes is in the middle, and I've been impressed with them this afternoon. Looks like Lester has gone down with something there, Cam, at ground level. In the middle, I think he's had an injury cloud anyway. As Castlemaine took it inside forward 50, it was Keogh who gives it to Robinson by hand, who had a shot at goal and just snuck one in for a minor score, which is the first score of the third term for Castlemaine, which takes them to 7-9-51, trailing 15-10, 100.
I think he's all right. He just got up. He did definitely get up a little bit proppy from that last contest, but he looks to be okay now.
Hunter Lawrence kicks in, wanting Hayes. Bolter got hands to it, though, at ground level. Darby Simmons, he's been great today.
Hasn't given up all day.
To Harrison Sheen, kick inside 50. Great defence from the Strathfieldsaye Storm, and they work it out of bounds, aided by Doherty. And we'll have it thrown back in. Right in front of the Strathfieldsaye Storm interchange dugout. Live 25, local fresh footy.
So the umpire will throw it back in. Deep in attack, Castlemaine. Up they'll go in the ruck. Ground level. Swooping on it. Now will be Nuttall of Castlemaine, and it slews off the outside of the boot. Still in play now. Picked up by Hickey. Hickey's grabbed by 2 Storm players. And hard up against the boundary line. Outside of the club rooms at Castlemaine. The umpire will throw it up. 15 metres around from goal. Up they'll go in the ruck. Doing the work there will be Doherty of the Storm. Looks for the boundary line, but doesn't find that, but they do find another stoppage, and we'll do it all again, ball up.
Not long left in this contest. 26 minutes gone. Last term. Will be an early finish in this one, though. Ball's thrown up. Castlemaine in attack. Can they get a kick at goal? Harrison Sheen attempts to do so now. It's around the body. It's fisted through by Land Frankie for a rush behind with the assistance of Riley Wilson.
I do have a bit of an update on young Hunter Murray from the under-18s game earlier as well, Jacko. Of course, the game was delayed for him, so he's regained a bit of movement in his legs and everything, but he is in hospital and he's possibly looking at a fractured back. So let's put our thoughts out to Hunter Murray from the Strathfieldsaye. Of course, for any listeners wondering why that game was abandoned this morning, there was a big delay in the under-18s game while they got the ambulance to him. So all the best to Hunter.
Oh, good on the staff here for attending.
The good news is that he has regained that movement, which they were very fearful for early on.
Gee whiz, you don't like to hear that though. As a mark's been taken by Eyre of Castlemaine in the pocket. He'll come inboard. He's got a player on offer, and he honours Hunter Staples' lead, who will have a shot at goal, but too little too late, of course. But it'll top off a nice afternoon, apart from the fact that Hunter Staples hasn't played in a winning side. He's done all right this afternoon.
7 behinds in the second half for Castlemaine. This could be their first goal.
Hunter Staples, let's see what he does. He's well in range and he's well within his accuracy. Pretty quiet behind the goals, but good on the young man for kicking a goal here, as that takes Castlemaine to 8-9-57. Some subtle applause to 15-11, 101. Game well and truly over. Score sponsor, Parsons Towing in Castlemaine. Live 25, local fresh footy, and we've gone 28 minutes, Norm, in this final term
Yes, Hunter Stables had a good game today, whether he's been on the ball in defence or up forward, and he popped up there nicely, made space in the forward line and became the first goal kicker to tick double goals for the day.
First notable goal scorer.
Well, that's what I was trying to get out, Jackson, but I got me tongue-tied.
You did, and you made a wonderful recovery. I enjoyed it very much as the ball goes from the centre to half forward and out of bounds. Cam Power down
11
the boundary.
minutes to go at Wade Street. Golden Square, 8:11:59 to Gisborne, 9:12:66.
We'll have it thrown back in. Boundary throw-in on the outer side, the railway side here at Camp Reserve, as Bolter taps it to the advantage of Ben McConaughey. Kick around the body, goes to centre half forward. Chance for that man in Jack Nuttall. He left the footy behind, however.
No, good second effort.
It was a good effort. Jed Daniels has support. He goes to Riley Wilson, up towards centre wing, in the way of Bodie Robinson. Bit of a spiralling ball up to half forward. Ball goes out of bounds, though. He was searching for Callum McConaughey. Siren sounds. And an interesting celebration to the left of our broadcast truck. Strathfieldsaye, 15-10-100, have defeated Castlemaine, 8-11-59. And until a minute or so ago, Castlemaine were scoreless, or goalless, I should say, in that second half. We thank our truck sponsor, the Love Shack, Brewery Barb and Bistro in Castlemaine. But a convincing 41-point win in the end to the Strathfieldsaye Storm. In that second half, Norm, they piled on 9-1.
Yes, they owned the second half. They had the ball inside 50 25 times and only allowed Castlemaine into their forward 50 12 times for the whole second half. And when it was in there, they were able to score 9 goals 5, compared with Castlemaine scoring 1 goal 7. So it was an excellent display by the Strathfieldsaye Storm side today. They took onus of their position on the ladder after the half-time break and completely took control. And interesting this week, John, we didn't have anywhere near as many ball-ups as to what we had last week. There was only actually 19 around the field for the day. The rest of the ball-ups were after bounces or starts at quarters.
Well, it was a little bit different last week,
It
I
was
suppose,
a
with
little
the
bit
conditions.
different, yes.
Jack, I enjoyed the game this afternoon. Probably a little bit disappointed with the fade out from Castlemaine. Whether or not fitness had anything to do with it, but didn't class shine through, as we've got.
And I think Cam Power is live on the boundary.
Yep, down here with our Bendigo City Framers Matchday Sponsors Award winner for this afternoon, James Shishka. Second game back and 6 goals on the board, mate. Congratulations.
Thank you, mate. Yeah, it's good to be back.
It must have been a real different vibe after last week's game, coming back into those real muddy and tough conditions to something a little bit nicer today.
Yeah, kept this ground in real good order. A few of the boys had sent a few photos in during the week showing how good of condition it was. So last week was a pretty tough afternoon, so I'm glad to be back on a dry deck on a good day to play footy. So.
What was the secret to getting back a little bit earlier than what many people did anticipate?
I had surgery this time, so last year I was in a cast and a moon boot for 12 weeks, but this year I had a pin put in the foot a week after I broke it, and it's only a 10 to 12 week turnaround, so it took a little bit extra time to get it right, but it's feeling good. So.
And in terms of today's performance, is it something that you feel that may be able to just really get that momentum shaking towards the back end of the season and pushing into the 5?
Yeah, absolutely. We're a very young team, as you can see out here. We're missing probably a fair bit of our experience. But yeah, obviously a good win on the board today puts us in finals contention as long as we can hold off Square for the last game. But I'm pretty sure we've locked in that 5 spot. So we keep these young blokes around that are 16, 17, 18 playing this type of footy. We'll be pretty good coming into the year, I hope.
Our award here is a $100 voucher to our sponsor, Bendigo City Framers. So if you've got a jumper or any memorabilia you'd like to frame up, make sure you pop in and see the guys there at Bendigo City Framers.
Beautiful. Thanks, guys.
Congratulations on the game again today.
Cheers, mate.
That was James Shishka, the Strathfieldsaye Storm. 6 goals and our best on ground winner.
Thanks, Cameron. Wonderful job there, that's for sure. In the other Bendigo Footy League game today, Gisborne have just kicked a goal, so they now lead by 13 points over Golden Square late in that clash at Wade Street. So you'd suspect that Gisborne will get the job done there, although Golden Square have looked threatening throughout the afternoon. 10-13-73 is Gisborne. Golden Square 8-12-60. We'll keep you posted with a final score as soon as that comes to hand. Just repeating the final score here. at Camp Reserve. Strathfieldsaye 15-10-100 have defeated Castlemaine 8-11-59, and Cameron Power is headed into the rooms following the Strathfieldsaye Storm. No doubt they will sing that song, Cam, with plenty of gusto.
Yeah, going to pop in and see if I can grab the song, and then I'll try and grab another player out for an interview.